All right, we are back. I'm Allison Hayslip. You are watching the live stream through Geek and Sundry and Smart Girls for MDA. With me are the people who need no introduction, I think, to anyone in chat, but I'm here with Critical Role. They are going to critically roll very shortly, but first we have to take care of some business. As you know, in our last segment, we hit $30,000. $33,000.
Yes.
Loot Crate matched the last 1,000, so we got us up to 34,000. And then I think we are now over 35,000. So thank you, everyone at home.
That's incredible.
But the biggest surprise that I had to tell everyone is that you guys throughout this whole stream have been buying shirts. Much like this one, the Critical Role shirt, with MDA on the back of it. You guys have raised over $7,000 with the shirts. So we are adding that to the ticker right now. And then on top of that, Geek and Sundry and Smart Girls have decided to donate to get us up to $50,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, you guys are starting off the counter at $50,000.
Oh my god.
We now want to get up to 60 grand before this thing ends.
Yes.
The stream is going till about 10 o'clock tonight. Yes, we know that's over 24 hours. It's like a 27-hour live stream. But checking the link, you can still buy t-shirts like this. The link's in chat. So you can still buy shirts like this and many other ones. You can find out how to donate there as well. I'm going to stop talking because I know so many people here have been waiting for you guys. So thanks for sticking with me. I am signing off, and I'm meeting you in the cable here at the Critical
Yes,
Role.
Allison!
Donate!
You guys are doing amazing. This is amazing. We'll be playing this for the next 3 hours. Come hang with us. You know what? Let me go ahead and meet you over at my table.
Oh boy.
He's got to run into the other studio. He's got to go take the elevator down to studio. Man.
How did you get there so
That was
fast?
so speedy.
Magic.
Did you change your shoes and everything?
Dungeon Master magic. However, I'm not a Dungeon Master today. Today, I am a Marshal.
What?
Well, all right.
Shit.
Because we're playing Deadlands Reloaded. For those of you who aren't familiar, Deadlands is one of my favorite settings. It's called the Weird West. And we're playing the Deadlands Reloaded, which brings it over into the Savage World system, which I've had to learn over the past few days. So bear with us. It's going to be a rusty run for a lot of us learning and picking things. We're probably going to get a shit ton of things wrong, and that's okay, because we're going to have fun while doing it. So yes, anyway. So we're playing Deadlands, and so to give you guys the idea behind the world that we're playing in, this takes place in the 19th century. Around 1864, an event called the Reckoning transpired. What had happened is, as the people of America began to push further and further west and pushing a lot of the Native Americans out of their land, and a bunch of terrible things happened to their people and their tribes, a number of disgruntled shamans, members of those tribes, came together and essentially did a giant shamanic ritual to tear a hole between this world and this extraplanar world of dark magic, introducing entities called Reckoners that want to pass into this world, and they can only do so by elevating fear into this world. It also introduced magic. It introduced a bunch of really weird, creepy things into the Old West, causing the Civil War to run longer than it did in history. As well as a bunch of other ridiculous circumstances. So, nevertheless, that is the setting that this game will take place in. Before we get started, I want to go over a few rules for you guys so you know what this charity stream is all about. So we have we have some cool things called fate chips, which I'll get into here in just a minute. The fate chips players and myself can use to alter the circumstances in the game. A black fate chip, sorry, for those who know the rules, I didn't have any white chips, but they work the same as white chips. The black fate chips can be spent by players to re-roll a single trait or skill roll they're attempting to do. It's like a one-time re-roll. The red chips can be used to instead add a d6 to whatever trait or skill roll they just made. But in using that red chip, I get to pick one to add to my pool over here as the Marshal. A blue chip, which is probably the strongest of them all, allows them to add that same d6 to a trait or skill roll, but I don't get to pick a chip out of there. So that's pretty cool for them. However, some of my more powerful creatures or individuals in the game may have their own set of fate chips. And if you donate, looking at the list, you can go ahead and provide additional fate chips to the players or me.
Don't buy him shit.
Indeed. Indeed.
Or do donate.
Buy him whatever you want.
Stack the deck however you feel it needs to be stacked. Trust me on this
We
one.
start out with one of each. Is that correct?
I'm gonna go. I know you start out with 3 of each, randomly chosen here in a second. So we're gonna get to that here in just a moment.
They are also delicious.
Don't jump the gun, Liam. Man, in fuego.
Oh, you get one less fake chip for that.
Have kids yet?
But yeah, so as it stands now, if people want to donate and affect the game, you can donate $100 to give one of the players a black fate chip. You can donate $150 to go ahead and donate a red fate chip to a player of your choice. $200 to give a blue fate chip to a player of your choice. Or $200 to give me a fate chip of my choice from the pack to use against the players.
Of your choice. I mean,
Why?
it's always
Wait,
gonna
how
be
come?
blue.
Why do you get to? What?
Because I'm the marshal, I make the rules!
Damn it. Is there ever gonna be a situation where you're like, you know what, a black chick will suffice. This'll be fine.
Possibly. Sometimes new rolls can be better than additional ones. We'll see.
Sure.
Matt, I would just like to point out that the chat has typed the words high noon about 72,000 times in the last 5 minutes.
I can only assume so.
If you donate $500, Matt will say high noon whenever you want. I'm sorry.
What have you done? What have you done? All right, so, and our final tier for this donating section of this wonderful drive is if you donate $500 or more, you get to add a single sentence element to the story currently, and the moment it comes into play, it will be incorporated to and adjust to the current moment of the story's narrative based on your suggestion there. So try and be somewhat respectful with that. We've had some crazy things happen in the past that completely derailed the game, and that was fine for our, our extra life game, which was kind of crazy to begin with. This one, if it's a little crazy, I may tweak it a little bit to fit into the narrative because I have to try and fit it somehow, but I'm going to try and facilitate the best of my ability everything you guys suggest.
Please don't break the universe.
Yeah, no documenting things in this, please. But yeah, so that is the tier system we have in here for this. To begin this circumstance,
I'm so nervous. Why are we? I'm so nervous.
well, actually, before we do this, Laura,
Figure out
What?
our
let's go ahead and introduce everybody's characters if we don't mind. Let's go through a quick process.
like kind of like,
They are so layered and have so much depth.
yeah. And we didn't at all come up with them last night.
Get
Yeah,
my
no.
Oscar ready.
Marisha, why don't you begin?
Okay. Just telling them about, okay, yeah. We never did this in Critical Role. All right. I am Sudis Alifair. I am a gypsy traveling vagabond who is quite good at telling your fortune. So, whatever the cost, whatever the price, I can give you a little bit of wisdom that might guide you on your way.
Oh, snap. Okay. Wait, what was your name again?
Also, Sudis Alifair. I've got lots of braids all through my hair, and I've probably in my mid-30s, and I also have a peg leg.
And
Also, by the way,
Also,
Peggle.
Also,
Yes.
by the way,
You do?
peg leg.
I like it.
Peggy,
yes.
where do your ancestors hail from?
So Romania. That's it. But it's
long
also
way from home.
1875. So who
knows?
fucking knows what was going
She's a
on?
mutt. She's an Eastern European mutt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Grew up in the Bronx. It's awkward.
Yeah. Exactly.
Liam, who are you?
Hi. My name is my name is Reverend Forrest Alden.
Hi, Reverend.
I am from upstate New York, near the Canadian border. I don't know what's funny about this. I'm a chaplain in the Union Army. The troops usually want me around near the medical tent because I think with my spiritual guidance, they find peace and quicker healing. And I've seen some terrible things in the war and really want the war to end. I don't want mankind to give in to its greater demons. But somehow I've ended up in the Dakotas, and I can't wait to find out how.
All right, Laura, who are you playing?
Oh, hi there. My name's Juniper Langley, but if you call me that, I just might shoot you in the mouth. Everyone knows me, calls me Stinky Jules. That on account of the fact that I don't like to bathe. My mother was an escort, but I always preferred shooting men to fucking them. So I decided to pick up a gun and fight my way through life.
We're gonna be the best of friends.
You got a pretty mouth, Rev.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I don't even want to go anymore.
Travis, who are you playing?
Yes, my name is Sidney Hopkins Shrivelpiece. I have come from afar to chronicle the adventures of the Wild West while you seek your fortune and your misdeeds. I am afraid I'm not well adapted to this climate, but I am quite interested in your journeys for gold or glory. Reverend, you look quite the outstanding gentleman. I don't drink, but a good clean glass of water does sound lovely. You smell terrible, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about you, but if you know of anything going on, like that would make a good story for me, that could really help my career.
Question,
Yes.
because I have trouble scrubbing grog and you out of my mind. Are you like
right?
$1.20? Like where?
I'm very light. I don't eat very much. If I'm in the sun too long, terrible things happen.
Love it.
Alrighty.
Love it.
So, as a heads up to all of you guys watching, by the way, if your children are in the room and you don't mind them hearing a lot of curse words, there's going to be a lot of swearing during this game. Just a heads up.
Potentially, I could watch my mouth. Sorry about that cussing earlier.
Taint sniffer.
All right, so let's go ahead and divvy out some of these fate chips. So I need each of you guys to go ahead and pull 3 at random
Oh,
out of this
all right.
looking.
Oh, don't look
Just
down.
3, just 3.
Yep.
Oh, wait, so we don't get to choose? All right.
No, we just
I hope I get all
Wait.
blue.
2 reds and a black.
Damn it.
Oh, we just picked any
Where's the
3?
ball?
Bowls here.
Oh,
I
Close
thought it
your
was
eyes,
one
it's
of
above
each.
your
I don't
head.
care. Oh, 2 blacks and a red.
Guide my hand.
Are there not as
Savior.
many blue ones as there are?
Correct.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Oh, what just happened?
Oh, I got one of these!
That's pretty cool.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, thank the Lord. Man of God. You're like Russell Crowe and Quick and the Dead, aren't you?
Man. All right.
Blacks and one blue.
I am the straight man, is what I.
You are.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull a few here for myself.
3 blues. 1, 2, 3.
Do we get to know what you got?
No.
Damn it.
Really? Show us one.
Also, there's a fun little quirk here to start this game off. So Laura's character took one of the edges called Veteran of the Weird West, which gave her some great opportunity. She's a more seasoned character than the rest of them. She's seen more about the world, but in doing so, some strange, interesting circumstance in her background is going to come into play. So I've shuffled these cards,
Okay.
and I want you, Laura, to randomly select one of them, if you don't mind. Take your pick.
Where's that deck?
Where's that what?
That deck. Shut up.
Said it twice, didn't get it.
3 of hearts. So looking at the table here. Oh,
Oh no, what I get?
okay.
Each card has a thing.
Yeah.
Randomized.
Card has a
Yeah.
thing.
Do we get to know?
Sure, because why not? You chose the hunted card.
Oh shit.
Right.
So, something or someone that you didn't finish the job on is currently trying to find you. We'll see how that works out in the long run.
Wow.
All right.
I could have told you that. I'm just saying, like, all you didn't need to. I could have told you that. Just saying.
All right. So,
I know your gun. Your gun looks cleaner than your face. I'm just saying.
That's right, I like to take good care of my weapons.
You're very intimidating.
this conversation all takes place in the carriage as the 4 of you are currently riding to your destination for your different purposes and different reasons, which you may discuss at your own leisure or not, or make up at your own leisure or not. The 4 of you have been traveling for days in this hot, humid, muggy carriage to your final destination
Sweet little light of mine.
of Deadwood, South Dakota.
I'm gonna let it shine.
So, founded in the Deadwood Gulch at the discovery of gold by an expedition by Custer in 1874, they had to abandon the government's incursion to seize these gold veins when the effects of the reckoning and the ensuing quakes began to swell in the western regions of the United States. But word of the rich veins still found their way to the public ears here and there, and folks seeking quick money and an escape from the mounting chaos of the still-dragging civil war, swarmed into the Gulch to raise up this lawless city of gold, sin, and vice. Managing to be far enough away from politics, rumors still find their way to this rugged town of strange goings-on in the world. Tales of slain Yankee and Southern soldiers rising from the muck post-battle, of shadows moving in the night to steal children, of mystics calling spirits to do their bidding. Even so, the people of Deadwood are toughened already by harsh, untrusting reality, and such folk tales have no place in a man's world. The sun has just set as the denizens of Deadwood scatter to the bars to get shit-faced.
Everybody down.
Everybody down! Here it goes! All right, so that completely distracted me. So, you all sit after arriving, exhausted and tired from your journey within the city of Deadwood, finding yourself at the immediate display of the first place that comes to your eyes, and seeking rest and escape from the worries of the world. You all step into and relax within the Bella Union Saloon.
Ooh,
The Bella Union.
Bella Union.
Already got one?
Several.
Oh no. It's already started. How do I read the long ones?
Oh, geez.
Pardon me just a second. We've already got some amazing donations. I just have to read them all.
Click the gear.
There we go. All players start the scenario. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're making rules for us?
Already?
Apparently. So, you guys spend the evening resting within the Bella Union. After drinks and relaxation, the next morning sun rises, and you all realize you've all woken within the same bed as the others. Not necessarily recalling what the evening before really entailed, but
It's fun.
Get off me. Get off.
I don't even drink. How did that happen?
What's up,
Oh, nothing.
Sydney?
Yes.
it's at this time you all realize you slept in rather late in the day, as it's now apparently it's high noon.
Son of a bitch! I mean, how long would it take?
Hey, Marshall. Hey, Marshall.
Yes?
I don't know the rules really at all for this
That's
game.
okay.
But I think I read somewhere that if I sin, I get negative. So I don't know that I've sinned, but I might have sinned. I don't know.
I think you
Well,
sin.
Wait, can I like do a notice check on him to
Well, if he sinned, it was
figure
probably
out what
with
we
you.
what we
Check
did?
to see where
Hold
that
on,
dirt is on your
trying
body
to,
right
trying
now.
to keep up here, guys. Mark down, you each have a Joker card now.
Okay.
That can be
Sure.
Oh,
used instead of a poker chip,
What's a Joker card?
but I also receive a poker chip if you
We
use
gotta
it.
establish the rules before we blow
Okay.
them up, folks.
I know, it's all good, it's all
give
good.
me a pen.
What?
I don't know.
One Joker.
Somebody throw me a pen back there.
So, we'll begin the game here in just a moment once I get through these actual... So you guys... Oh, and I also received 2 random Joker cards. Okay. So,
Mine.
I have 2 Jokers. So, those Joker cards can be used in place of a poker chip. We'll say the black on that one.
Oh, okay. A black poker chip.
Okay, equals poker.
All right, let me reset here and make sure I get to the other ones. Oh, and Travis, you go ahead and get a black chip.
Yes! Toss.
Oh, damn it!
There you go. So,
We're gonna see who-
all awkwardly waking up at high noon, you awkwardly gather your things, finding yourself. The music in the distance as the Bell Union is beginning to come to life again. You can hear what appears to be piano playing and some laughter. You hear some loud carousing on the other side of your door to the inn, the second floor of which you now currently are awakening.
I do hate to trouble you. Does anyone see the chamber pot in the room? I'm afraid I have a rather need.
Lean your shit out the window.
Out the window?
Yeah, that's what they do here.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna go get some whiskey.
you know, this is a good place to actually make good money off of fortune telling. I'm gonna go downstairs.
Yes.
Reverend,
Yes.
do you remember what happened last night?
I don't. I remember someone pouring something into my glass. I assumed it was lemonade. I need to take a walk and do a little thinking.
Right.
I'll see you later.
Right. As you guys step out in your individual pace, you pass by a gentleman who's on the second floor balcony staring down into the main thoroughfare of the Bella Union. Really well dressed. In like a dark maroon coat and pants, short kind of grayish hair, an intense dark mustache, and a very, very angular face. He looks angrily down amongst the people, and you can see at the tables, the gambling tables are alight this early in the day, and there appears to be a very, very intense game of cards going on where people are gathering around and looking to see what the next stage is going to be during this game. You guys go down and find yourself some
Shit, I
drink.
want to watch the game.
Drinks first or game first?
Drinks first.
Drink and then watch the game because I really want to see the game.
Okay.
Fast, but give me some whiskey.
All right, you guys each throw $1 down. You go ahead and get yourself a very fine pouring of some whiskey.
A sarsaparilla for me, if you don't mind.
The guy at the barkeep, as he hands the drinks over, goes, "Yeah, you would want a sarsaparilla, wouldn't you?"
Yes. Did he mean?
Tell you what, it's on the house.
That's very kind of you. So there is chivalry alive in the West.
Could I have a black coffee, please?
Black coffee, that can be provided.
Jules, did you spike our drinks last night? Was that you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind.
You drink your fine alcohol, which enables you to have a black chip.
Oh shit, I can't catch.
So, as you guys begin to gather around this poker game, you look down and you can see folks are tense and they're looking over and they're starting to cheer. Some folks making their own side bets off the circumstance, but the visible layer of tobacco smoke that's beginning to cloud the upper atmosphere of the Bella Union is very palpable at this point. Looking in, you can see what looks to be four men at a table that are all very intent, and one gentleman who's very well dressed, kind of similar in fashion to you. A very nice kind of light gray suit, very, very well trimmed goatee, balding on top with very short cut hair on the sides and a little pair of spectacles at the end of his nose. He's looking at his cards with a big smile. Everyone start putting the last of their bets into the center.
What's the other guy look like?
There are two other gentlemen you could see that both look kind of greasy, like they haven't really slept in a long while, covered in dirt and crud, but they seem to have a large cache of chips at their side. Probably some of the various claim workers out here outside of the town. And you see one of the gentlemen is wearing a top hat, kind of similar to the one that you're wearing, with a fine, long mustache, handlebar out, kind of portly older gentleman. And he's looking at his hand, kind of, oh, hell. I'm going in. And I'll
He's bluffing.
going in.
That one's bluffing.
Go in. They all push in. One of them goes, "All right," and pushes in.
So 2 of them are in, 2 of the 3?
Pushing in.
And the inspiration of seeing all this energy, you being away, inspires you to go ahead, Reverend, and have yourself another black chip. You guys watch. As suddenly all throw their cards down. Full house. Pair of queens. Ooh. Got a bunch of different cards, and all of a sudden comes to the well-dressed character who looks a little nervous now and goes, Straight flush. And everyone goes, whoa, big upset, loud uproar. You can see now as the guy with the long mustache goes, oh, hell, throws his cards down and gets up from the table angrily and turns around to walk away. The two of the gentlemen at the table glance out the side of their eye as one of the guys you see at the edge of this table game, an older, kind of hunched over gentleman with glass at the end of his nose and it's like a smearing of black powder across his face goes, "I love poker! It's the most amazing game ever! Yes! Do that! It makes no sense!" At which point, one of the guys at the table goes, "You're right, it doesn't make sense. This guy's a cheater! You have a goddamn fucking cheater here in the middle of the game."
He's a fucking cheater, I can tell.
I don't think so. I believe he had what they call the nuts.
Thank you very much. That man knows what he's talking. I'm not cheating. You've seen me play cards in front of you. This has been an amazing game.
Look
and I
up
thank
his
you
slaves,
all.
that one's cheating.
At which point you could see one of the guys who lost the game immediately goes for a swinging punch towards the guy holding the glass, who won the actual last pot. And with that, whack, cracks it right across his face. Oh. All right, he says as he punches him down. Suddenly, a giant brawl begins to emerge in the center of this room. You can see people throwing hooks left and right. The guy who currently won the game is trying to grab his the chips he has off to the side. As you can see, the two guys at the front of the guard of the Bella Union rushing in and trying to hold folks down.
While the ball breaks out, Sudhi starts trying to palm a few coins.
I jump in the fight.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Grabbing all the coins I can. Oh, I'm innocent. Oh.
She punched me.
Yeah, I punched him.
Seeing this chaos.
Oh shit!
Good.
That was a
snag.
good snag.
Meant to be. All this is breaking down. You can see punches going left and right. People falling down. The guy who had his chips in his arm gets socked again and lobs him to the table. Folks start scrambling for
Oh no!
them.
Let me help you pick up your chips.
Go ahead and make an agility trait check if you don't mind.
Okay, so I roll
that
a
guy-
d6. I just roll a 2d6. Is that what I do?
2d6 and take the higher of the two.
I rolled 5 both times.
5 both time. All right. You managed to you pocket what it would be about $200 worth of poker chips from the ground.
Good.
You said you're getting in the fray there.
Yeah.
All right, Stinky Jules. Who are you going for? You can see a bunch of
I'm
individuals.
going for the one that was cheating.
The one that was cheating?
Yeah.
All right. All right. If I could have this black chip goes to the new thief. That's the chip you find. 2 now.
Bite it. Make sure.
Oh, she got 2 of them?
I like that one too.
That one's gone.
That one is off the table. All right, so the guys, please, I'm just trying. I want it fair and square. Go ahead and make a fighting roll.
Okay. What is that?
Whatever your fighting dice is, plus a d and roll a d.
Harry?
No, that'd be your fighting
Oh, it's
skill.
a 6. Okay.
So roll a d6, or roll 2d6 and take the higher of the 2.
Oh shit.
2 or
2.
2.
I just,
You swing towards him and he just
I'm really hungover.
dodges out of the way. Oh dear! Grabs what he can of the poker chips and just darts out of the
Can
saloon.
I try and trip him?
Sure. As you're grabbing the things at the ground.
And I just kind of want to reach out and grab his leg, see if I can trip him while I'm picking up.
All right, go ahead and make a strength check.
so decent. All right.
You ain't seeing it.
I'm there.
4 again. 4. I don't know. Doubles.
Okay, so a 4.
4.
You reach out and you grab towards his leg, and his he trips over as you yank out the angle from underneath him. He goes spilling. All the chips go scattering onto the front of the Bell Union, and you can see. While the guards are currently inside dealing with this fight that's broken out, there's nobody outside to guard it. A couple people on the street look over and, is he all right? Sir, are you all right? And they start coming towards him to his aid. And he turns around, looks at you, and goes, why would you do that?
What?
Starts picking up his
Ow!
toys.
You stepped on my finger! Ow!
I would like to rush over to him and offer him asylum in our room. Sir, you are impeccably dressed. Please, follow me to my room upstairs, quickly.
Thank you. Help me gather these things, please,
Yes,
before
yes.
they take my hard-earned winnings. You guys begin gathering up into the hats, getting all the poker chips into the various hats. The guys who are now brawling him have been calmed down at this point, and you can see now the guards have their pistols out. One of them fires twice into the ceiling of the Bell Union, sending dust and little bits of plaster debris to fall from down. All the fight ends as one of the guys is now shouting, "Everyone, calm your shit!" And you're all kicked out for now while we assess what the hell just went down. You see the man who is looking over the top of the balcony now is like risen up over the edge and goes, "Thank you, my good man. All of you understand we only want civilized folks here at the Bella Union. The man won fair and square. Give him his earnings. And if I see any of you try and throw a punch in here again, you're banned from gambling in my establishment."
What is civilized?
Oh, it means orderly, the opposite of chaos.
As you begin walking upstairs, and both of you carrying your hats, and him kind of his nose in the air a bit, walking with you, kind of giving you a smile, and thanks, brother, I appreciate the assist.
Oh, not to worry.
As you guys walk upstairs, you, kind of giving watch, feel this strange sensation touching your left shoulder, and you glance over and see what appears to be a wild monkey, a small monkey that curls up next to you.
Can I do like a notice check to see if it's a real monkey or where the fuck the monkey came from?
Go ahead and make a notice check, yes.
All right, I will. Whose shoulder is it on? Is it on his or on hers?
6.
It's her shoulder.
Oh, okay.
All right, so look over. It is indeed a real monkey. It is a straight up real monkey. As you
Wait,
take
if I roll a 6, do I roll again?
yes, roll 6. You
On all checks, not
on
just
all
damage?
checks. If you roll a maximum on the die, you
That
roll
monkey is
So
from
do I add?
Sumatra.
Do I add it too?
Stats.
Oh,
So-
shit, really?
So 9.
There's your black chip, by the way. Oh man, you guys are gonna be fine in combat when we get to that. All right, so you You at this point look over and see the monkey. This is a live monkey, and as you look in, it reaches in and grabs the edge of your earlobe and whispers into your ear, "Do not worry, I've got your back." You guys look over. There's no monkey.
I
What's your
take him and
problem?
I try and spike him on the ground.
Hey, Sue,
I think
what's your problem?
You've had enough. Let's put this aside.
Is he still there?
As you throw the monkey to the ground, he goes, climbs back up onto your shoulder and says, "Why would you do that to me? I'm here to guide you."
I think that shit I gave her last night is fucking her up.
Monkey. The monk. You see?
It's a
You
shoulder.
see?
That's a shoulder, hun.
Do you want? Maybe you need some fresh air. Clear. All right. It was a rough night.
I pet the monkey a little bit.
Walk with me.
Oh dear.
Walk with me.
Afraid she's lost her beans.
You guys, as you're walking, you pass by the guy who had the nice top hat and the mustache, who's sitting there. He has kind of like a sort of an apron on, and he looks like a sleeves rolled up, kind of a working fellow in the camp, kind of in his later 40s. And you hear him kind of mutter to himself, "Does that get a red chip?"
Damn it.
That fella damn well cleared out the gym last week and looks like he's taking this place for all it's worth. It's the last time I go gambling in a while.
Wait, so he was cheating. We weren't just saying that so we could punch him?
I'm only assuming he's cheating. He came into his town no more than a couple weeks back and he damn well took all the gem was worth before coming here a week later.
Was he wearing all them fancy clothes when he got to town?
He was.
So, do you happen to know his name?
As you're walking up the stairs away from this.
Oh,
point,
I'm
you're
not able to-
conversation. You're actually helping this gentleman
Yes, up to the room.
Put stuff in the room.
I don't know his full name, rightly so, but what I've heard, he refers to himself as Simon. Yep.
Sounds like a
Doesn't he? Sounds like a northern chap. Anyway, I gotta go, see what else I can sell to make up for this debt from today. Excuse me. He turns around and says, by the way, if any of you guys want to come by my place, we also have poker there. Not quite as upper class as this, but we have fine drinks, cheaper than you'll find at this place. Welcome to
Where's your place?
Oh, it's down past the main thoroughfare to the left. It's kind of by the alley side there, and he kind of adjusts his hat.
You got a picture on the outside of that place there?
Says,
What's it look like?
It's number 10 saloon is what you're looking for.
Number
It's a nice fine side, yes. Recommend it.
10.
Anytime.
Yes.
He turns around and starts to leave.
You seem troubled. Are you carrying a heavy load?
No, he's not very heavy at all, actually. He's only like 5 pounds or so.
He who?
That, no. Ian,
I've seen many soldiers shell-shocked.
I wander
from the
off
war.
and I start speaking off in my own language towards this guy. All right.
I give her space.
Oh,
A little nervous
She
around.
wanders
I-
off.
what I call you?
Call me Manitou.
Manatu. Okay, Manatu. All right.
He curls back up into your hair and seemingly becomes weightless for a moment. And you look back.
hair?
You don't sense him there. It's like he just vanished.
It was behind your ear the whole time.
Stacking the deck over here, you guys.
Oh shit, really?
You fuckers.
Why? Be nice to him so they help us.
It's all right. So,
What are you doing?
make your way up to the room, and the gentleman goes, "Oh, I greatly appreciate this. Thank you so much for your aid. If I could have the chips, please."
Oh, yes, of course. Hold on, let me. If you hold out your hat, and I'll transfer them.
Yes, please.
That's a little bit, and there's some more. That looks about it. There you go.
He's going to go ahead and look cleanly into your hat. Go ahead and use a chip for that.
Do I roll something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Do you have a... do you have a stealth skill?
I don't.
I think you roll a straight agility check. Just go agility check.
agility? Okay.
Yeah. See how quickly you can maneuver this.
He does have a copy of You're Never Weird on the internet.
Oh.
That's a 6
Roll again.
and a 2, so 8.
Okay. Okay. All right. He doesn't seem to
Alright,
be
he got all his.
All right, I greatly appreciate your help. Everything appears to be good here. And what is your name?
Oh, no, I am Sidney Hopkins Trivelpiece, at your service.
Absolute pleasure, my friend.
Lovely meeting you.
Shakes your hand. It's a limp shake.
You seem to be very good at
A
this
little
game.
clammy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I'm also new here. I can see that by your appearance that you also are new. Your clothes are far too clean to have been here.
Yeah, it's very difficult in this climate.
Yes, it's dusty, even for winter out here. Yes, Simon Terrell. A pleasure.
Simon, an absolute pleasure. So, how did you get to be so good at that game? What is it you do here?
Here I'm finding my way. I'm a retired business manager from Boston, but I came a long way at the behest of my cousin, and I heard that there was quite a booming gold trade in this city, so I came to, after building my luck up and getting a small cache of money, realizing that I had a knack at this game called poker. And apparently poker here can be fairly high stakes, and, well, so far, so good.
Wonderful. You seem to be quite successful at poker, you say?
Yes.
My goodness. If I may say, if you find anyone having particular luck in that gold boom, would you mind sending word my way? I write to a very famous publication. You know, I could put you among the stars.
Happily. Good to hear from that. We shall be in touch. Where are you? Are you staying here in this room?
Yes, this room with a few traveling compatriots of mine. Watch out for some. Others are smelly. Some are trustworthy, and others are quite strange.
Right. Okay. I appreciate that. We'll be in touch. And he goes, put his hat on, and goes, close. Leaves the room, closes the door behind. You have about $60 worth of chips that you managed to pull out of that, and a red chip to Laura.
What? Yes! So cheesy.
Not a bad
That would have been awesome with the
All right.
Thanks, friends.
So, you guys regather yourselves. You've had a bit of chaos in your brain.
All right. This is a good day.
We're going to go places, Manatu. Me and you, bud. Me and you. Yeah.
I come down as well after he leaves.
I've been making my way through the bar, and I'm sure there's some bloodied eyes and some teeth knocked out, so I'll administer what limited first aid I know.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Okay.
For healing, this would be healing.
Okay. Okay. That's okay.
D8 and D6 take the higher of the two.
Okay.
Okay.
Now. Oh, two
the
fives.
Fives. Okay.
So the first guy I walk up to is one of the guys in the bar fight. And you can see his eyes fairly swollen. Looks like he has a cut lip, and one of his arms is kind of like he's kind of massaging what looks to be a heavy, swollen bruise in the side. As you approach him, he's sitting at a table. What do you do?
I say, all right. I have some bandages here. No sudden movements. I just want to help you out. You know, trouble leads to trouble, friend.
Look, I don't mean any disrespect here, but I'm just weird with medical stuff. I prefer to be holistic, heal on my own.
I'm with you, son.
Well,
That's right.
it's funny. If you want to forego the physical, I do have a little know-how with the spiritual. Would you prefer we take it in
That's
that
even
direction?
stranger.
I'm not gonna lie. He kind of leans in and goes,
Sorry, I just noticed you carousing with that there foreigner. And I saw her speaking to the spirits and
What did she
mumbling to
call?
herself and
you don't actually. You're just out of earshot of this one. Unless you want to make a notice check to over here. Make a notice check, actually.
Sure. Yeah. Notice check.
Last trip to Laura. I'm loading you up.
Oh shit, I can't catch.
6.
120 pounds.
9. Pardon me.
You overhear this even from a distance with your keen ears.
I have friends that come from Eastern Europe. A distant family member will say.
Yes.
There's something about her accent that's wrong.
But listen, I'm no
Probably true.
man.
That's accurate.
I'm no man or woman's judge. I don't know her. I'm happy to help you. You seem like you need succor and aid, and I will give that to you. I wouldn't be too quick to judge her.
Can I kind of size him up from a distance? Get a beat on him.
Make another notice check. You make a persuasion check. You could.
That's the fuck is that? Okay.
Jesus.
6 and a 4.
5.
Hey, Rev, I could use some succor and aid.
6.
Okay. He goes.
All right, go ahead and see what you can tend to.
And as you start heading to him, he kind of was whispering to you to the side. You try and size him up. He looks just kind of like a brutish guy who probably works in the mine quite a lot and has made a lot of gold on the side that he probably lost a bulk of in recent days and is very noticeably frustrated by the circumstance. He
Rub
goes,
my hands together and lay them on the arm and say, Our Father, who art in heaven.
Oh, this religious
Hallowed be
shit.
thy name. Thy will be done. And however this game works, because I don't know, I would like to heal him using
okay, make a faith check.
faith check. Yeah. Oh man. So
Use
that
a
is a
D
12. Oh my God! I never used 12s when we play D&D. I think it's not that one.
All the way
It's
left.
a
Big
big
round
yeah.
one. Yeah. Oh, you know, don't you?
Yeah, baby.
Okay, so I'd like to use a chip. I'd like to use a chip. So this is a trait roll or check, right?
Yeah, if you want to use a black chip.
Yeah, use a black chip.
Go toss it to me. Thank you.
Okay, so what do I roll? Both
Re-roll,
again?
no, just re-roll your.
Just re-roll the
12?
12, yeah.
10.
Ha!
Okay. That's with a raise too. So you as you touch your hands, he's like, look, I understand you. What the fuck is going on? And you can see as he this kind of light envelops him, and people in the room kind of glance over with strange look in their eyes.
I know. I questioned it at first as well. But the Lord provides.
You see tears well up in his face. He's like, I didn't believe. I didn't.
You can give in and no man will judge you.
Sorry, it's just really scared these days. There's a lot going on. I gotta get out of here. I don't want him to see me cry.
And he stands up and stomps out of the Bell Union.
Go with God. All right? Thus spaketh the Lord.
Can I sit down in the corner and pull out my tarot cards? Kind of shuffle them.
Sure. So you
Fortunes. Come get your fortunes told.
make a general persuasion check to the room if you could. You find your way back down.
Yes.
The gentleman you guys saw who went upstairs at this point has now exited from the upstairs room down the stairs. Kind of gives a smile to the room and then leaves out the front of the Bell Union as well. And you follow suit, only but a few paces behind. What'd you roll?
4.
4? You see in the far end of the room a kind of rough-looking gentleman goes, "All right, I'll go ahead and get myself a."
I just like the challenge of it.
Blue chip to everybody but me.
We love you, whoever you are. Oh, jeez.
Someday
Maybe
Beautiful, beautiful people.
I'll be lucky.
Man walks over and says,
I don't really believe in all this. It's humble jumbo, but you look like a nice enough lady, and
"Here," and he kind of passes you $1. It's all just like one little crinkled up piece of paper.
All right. Can I do a notice check on him? Can I get a profile on him?
Travis.
Yes.
Is that another blue?
Blue, you got this.
Jesus. Oh my
That happens, it's
gosh.
gonna be rerolls forever.
3. Not good. Not good
Yeah.
at all.
So you take your time putting the cards out in front, and eventually you see his eyes start wandering. Starts looking around, loses attention, eventually goes,
you know what? Keep the dollar. I learned my lesson.
stands up and walks away.
Wait.
No, it's fine. I made the dollars.
You can make money off of reading off of cards? I mean, and it's not gambling?
How else am I supposed to make a living? Yeah.
It's at this point, as you guys are talking about this, the gentleman who's been kind of standing in the far back, long brim, dark hat, very well kept mustache and goatee, long dark coat that ends about waist side, just kind of walks over. You hear the jangling of his spurs as he approaches.
I mean, these cards, they're still kind of gambling, really. Cards are cards.
Fancy guy.
Good day, ma'am. Don't mean to bother you much, but couldn't help but notice you have a mind for the mystic.
Of course I do. And I can't but help but notice that you have a mind for darkness, it seems.
If you want her to read your fortune, you know I can do that too. I'm real good at it. I charge less than she does, but I do it even better.
You know, we're friends. We're not competing. We're not competing.
Well,
Where were we? Please sit down.
introduce myself.
Oh, all right, sure.
My name is Sheriff Bullock.
Sheriff Bullock.
Sheriff.
I've been,
So excited.
well, there's been some strange things going on in the town here, and not a lot of people willing to offer help. The one priest we had who was doing the best in this town has been kind of ailing recently, and I figure maybe we can find folks with other specializations.
That's you.
What is his name?
What, the ailing fella?
Yes.
Well, do you think you can be of aid to him?
I definitely think I could provide aid to him.
All right, well,
Is he poorly?
he's been poorly for some time. Madness has taken to him, and his eyes are starting to wander.
Madness.
What kind of madness do you speak of?
Dementia. But that's not why I came here, though. Let
So
me talk
none-
just here for a second.
Sure.
All right, well, let me say that there's been a series of mysterious deaths. All right. Excuse me, sir, we're talking. Nearby table, the guy seems to have won, kind of shrinks down. Sorry. All right. Thank you, I appreciate your understanding.
Not that sorry.
We've, once every few weeks, we found bodies turn up on the outskirts of town. 3 folk, normal denizens here of Deadwood, torn asunder, ripped to shreds by some sort of creature. The doc's had a few looks and seems to know more than I do about the logistics of it, but, we had one of my wife, who just come to town with my son, was one of these victims.
Are we talking about an animal here, Sheriff?
Well, I've talked to the doctor to get the real report, but I'd say it's an animal. Many folks here think it's some sort of a bear.
So what, you're needing some kind of like guns or something for hire?
Maybe.
All right.
Your wife or your son was a victim.
My wife.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Watch my son still. It happens. Terribly. But that's something I gotta deal with, not you. Anyway. If you could be of some help and maybe look around, see if your mystic knowledge could find some answers that we couldn't.
All right.
Sir, if you don't, I will take you down to jail.
It's really getting to be a little rude. Really.
It's very loud in here. You're looking for mystic properties. Are you looking for a peek into your future, perhaps?
No, I don't necessarily believe in that stuff. I'm kind of worries me, honestly.
Oh, you don't have to believe. That's what I always say.
There is a loud, calamitous crash sound as the door that was partially closed at this point smashes in front of you. Wood splinters go streaming outward, and you see what appears to be a small bear of a fluff, as a spherical bear form, roll in and stop. Bright-eyed, a little bear cub. Hold it! Kill it! Kill it! See the guards start pulling their guns out and start aiming it down at the bear cub.
Wait. There's no, wait. It's a baby. Wait. We'll
Sheriff-
return it to the wild.
The sheriff, who's had his hand on the side of his holster, goes, "This is a wild animal. and if
Is this
we've
that
even
damn
had him-
creature that's been tearing people up?
This is not the creature. He's too small.
Doesn't look like it could tear up
I
a
don't
sack
know. I
of
don't know what these little
flour.
things can.
Small.
Maybe it's Mama just looking for him, tearing people up to get to him.
I'm gonna
That's
crouch
my
down and hold my hands up.
investigational deduction.
You can go ahead and make a make a smarts check.
Trying
Trying to keep up.
That's right.
Is that
ain't-
for her?
For you, Dean.
Me?
I got a 3. 3 there.
You want to reroll?
Hearts, no.
This is a small bear. That's about as far as you can get on that one.
It's a small bear.
You go ahead and reach down for the bear, and the bear comes forward and sniffs you.
Here, Nugget.
A small voice on the side of your ear goes,
Your destination is elsewhere, Reverend.
you turn around, there's nothing there.
Second thoughts.
Kind of rub your ear.
What's
You
wrong?
scared of that bear?
Please, are you frightened? Please.
The bear, for you, Laura,
I caught it!
The bear sees you and just passes around you and goes straight over towards Stinky Jules and just starts rubbing on your knee.
Oh shit, what the fuck is this thing doing?
I believe it.
Likes you.
Oh,
Just
that's
made a friend.
Alright.
In your hand, and you're like,
I guess I
bears.
pet it. I mean, if it wants to be with me, I ain't gonna stop it, you know, but
Fucking bears.
I believe this
I ain't gonna
bears
give
your
you anything but
destiny.
scraps, so you better get used to that.
Pets are quite the responsibility, I hope you know.
You and me, kid.
Voice creeps in once again to your ear, Reverend, but it's softer. And it goes,
You're on the right path. Follow the leads. It will lead you to your salvation.
Follow the leads?
Follow the leads.
and you kind of reach over again, and you kind of, there's no source to the voice. And like, you've been a man of faith for a long time, but nothing's ever spoken to you before.
Do I notice if this is similar to my talking monkey?
No, he just looks like he's trying to clear his ears.
Okay.
So,
Do I get to keep the bear though?
I don't know. How good are you with animals? At this point,
don't
the sheriff goes,
Bears like the smell of shit.
I mean,
I think they do.
respectfully, there's a lot of weird shit going down in this town right now. And a lot of it's happened in the past 5 minutes since I walked in to talk to you.
All right.
Sir! I warned you, and the sheriff goes over and grabs the guy on the side table that's been far too excited and screaming outward, and says, Sheriff, what are you doing? It's like, I'm taking you down to go ahead and clean up. I can smell the alcohol in your breath, and he drags him out, and you see as Sheriff Bullock drags this poor card player out into the street past you guys.
Sheriff Bullock, was there a particular area that these attacks were taking place?
Go talk to the doc. He's your best bet.
The doc, yes.
He drags it out.
Perhaps we should go find this doc.
Yeah.
Sheriff, can you point me towards your reverend, your ailing reverend? Here in town.
All right,
What was
so,
his name again?
Trying to look that up right now, actually. Because, I didn't have his name written down. We're gonna find it real fast here. Thanks to IMDb.
Reverend Allura.
Oh, he's a real
All right.
guy.
So he says, that'd be, Reverend H.W. Smith. And, the doc's taking care of him right now, so I'll be your best bet.
Oh, one-stop shopping, everybody.
Indeed.
I'm gonna.
I gotta take this guy, and the guy's still, like, fighting him on the ground, going, Sheriff, put me down! Put me down! We hit 60K, guys!
Yeah! All right!
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's part of that, just to kind of pause here while you guys are deciding your next path. We're gonna go ahead and put up, we're gonna have the community decide on an NPC name. It's gonna find its way into a future game of Critical Role.
Shut the fuck up. Are you
so we
serious?
just hit that goal. We're gonna go with that one.
Oh my gosh.
If we manage to hit 65K before this game's done, we'll also have a boss creature of some kind that I'll
What?
design with you guys in the near future as well.
Abjurist Piss Bucket Shitwalla.
5K
Really help.
So,
Oh,
keep that in
man.
mind.
Oh jeez.
All right, so
He's a marsupial.
Bullock drags the guy off in the distance. You all kind of leave the Bell Union out, and now it's mid-afternoon.
no.
It's hot. Even though it's winter time,
Yeah, it feels so good out here. No.
Could we find our way quickly, please?
You have carts going by. The ground is muddy itself from a recent rainfall. What do you guys want to do?
Is there any horse shit
I'm gonna
on
go
the,
find
on the
that
ground?
dog.
Plenty of horse.
I really would care to stay out of it.
But before I go, I want to get some whiskey in a to-go cup.
Fair enough. You go ahead and get yourself filled up on some whiskey and your
That's-
My
canteen.
jug.
A
That's
red,
right.
a red Dixie cup.
Is that a native word?
That's right.
Togo.
And I go find the dog.
Okay. And you guys have. When you want to make a street smarts roll, go for it.
Oh shit.
Yes, the sheriff pointed us there.
Yeah, until where the dog.
Smart.
Oh,
Streetwise?
that's is that
He said where
smart
the dog was. He
again?
was going to point it, and he ended up.
Is it streetwise or
Got
smart?
distracted.
Street smart. Sorry.
Where's
Streetwise.
what if we don't have that ability?
I got it.
You have streetwise?
He's a
I'm a
gutter-
journalist.
He's a gutter
Oh,
snipe.
that's true.
I'm like
We
that or
re-roll that shit. We need to find the dog.
Okay, I'd like to re-roll
Toss nature.
with a black.
Go for it.
That's better.
That's better. 4.
4. Okay. Takes you about an hour or so asking around, but you do manage to lead the group to the doc's place. As you come up to it, it's a really, really simple-looking hovel that's kind of jammed against a stable. but everyone seems to point to Sabus the dock, and on the outside you do see what appears to be a wooden carving of the classic medical symbol over the doorway.
Yeah, Sidney Hopkins, Triple Piece. I was just curious if the doctor was within.
You knock on the door?
Yeah, yes.
A moment passes, and all of a sudden the door kind of opens, and you see an eye peeking through a pair of dirty glasses.
I take
Bit of
stinky
gray
balls
hair
and put
and a
her in
grayish
front of me.
mustache.
Who the hell's coming to my door?
This one. She was quite rude.
Hey there.
I'm awfully busy, all right? We got something I'm working on.
No. People getting hit, getting attacked, right? Shit like that.
Yeah, I can't take any more patients.
No,
right now.
we don't got no patience for you. Shit. Pay attention.
Sent here by the sheriff. He told us to find you.
You've a man of the cloth here as well, and I've come to help. In ways that you are not accustomed to.
Oh, help is always welcome.
Come on in, come on in. And he opens the door. You guys come inside, and there is a terrible smell. A terrible smell. It's you, Liam.
Jesus
Right there.
I don't smell anything.
Yeah, you're used to the scent. You come inside, and the smell of decay and death permeates the entire place.
That's worse than you.
You can see across the way there are 2 tables with 2 current injured individuals. One of which seems to be a man who has been wrapped up as missing an arm, and has been wrapped up, and he's just kind of like lolling around in a feverish state. You also see a man dressed in long black robes who is just kind of humming to himself as he's kind of writhing in place. One arm is kind of curled up across his torso. To the other side of the room, as you violently vomit into your you see what appear to be a number of tables that have piles of viscera.
Oh.
Piles?
Viscera.
Of what look to be once human bodies that are bloodied and flies are gathering.
Gross.
Could we
That's
be quick,
foul.
please?
The doctor turns around now. You can see him sweaty, his long, kind of crimped gray hair there.
All right, you said you're here to help.
Yeah, who's who here, Doc?
This here's Gerald. He points to the guy who's having a fever and says, had to amputate his arm because the damn fucking fool got it torn off in an accident with some machinery.
I go over and give him some whiskey. The feverish fella.
Okay, he's like partially asleep, and as you pull up the whiskey, he goes, handles, what?
Hey,
Hey.
have some whiskey. Make you feel better.
Puts up his arm and grabs the whiskey, kind of spills out a little bit, and he's like,
All right, that's enough.
thank you.
Doc, is this one worse off?
He'll be fine. He's just making his way through the fevers. I gave him some sedatives. He should be okay. More worried about the Reverend. And you can see it's Reverend Smith over there appears to have some sort of a brain tumor pushing on him. There's not much we can do about that right now, unfortunately.
Let me see.
And you see the guy who's now drunk, and then he goes, "All right, that's some good whiskey, thank you." Passes out of the table.
Let me see him. At the very least, I can offer him the word of the Lord.
You walk over to the Reverend. Reverend's sitting there, kind of muttering to himself, singing low under his breath. The ship of my choice.
Yeah.
Take the shitty one. I place a hand on his head with the thumb, like sort of right here, right at the temple.
Oh, the world would like to.
Reverend Smith.
Stand.
Reverend Smith.
Yes, do you speak? The Lord, I can see the light.
Reverend
the Lord is
Smith.
writing to me. That's correct.
It's not your time.
When it's our time, it's time to go.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be his time. I'm just saying.
Give me a minute.
I appreciate your solace. You're a kind soul. I can see it. Thank you.
Quiet.
And you see one eye's kind of wandering off to his side, and the other eye just staring out before him. He feels your presence, but he's in a rough place.
I pray to the Lord. I will heal this man. Miracle. Yeah.
Okay, go. You spend 2 more power points. So
Okay, how many do I have total?
Total is 10.
10. So
For
I
the
used
whole.
4.
Oh, I've used 4 already?
You gain 1 back in an hour. So
Okay.
you have 3 use.
I still have to because my
Yeah, you can't take it back now. You
No,
be
I
that
have to
dick.
because my hindrance is
Oh,
heroic.
actually.
So I can't
That's a hindrance.
divvy out. Yeah, I got to
That is a hindrance.
right
Has to
now.
help when he can. So yeah, so you gain 1 back as an hour has passed. You get 1 back every
So I
hour.
have 7 total.
You have 7 total left.
And I'm going
Okay.
Go
now.
ahead and roll your faith. Roll your faith check.
While he's doing that, can I poke around them piles of bodies and see?
That you can.
10.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. A 10? Okay.
Is that like notice?
Okay.
Does it take guts to look?
You can do it, but you got to roll -2 to it.
-2 to it, yeah.
Oh, what do I roll?
Roll a D4 -2.
Oh, jeez. What?
And a D6 to,
Yeah.
see whichever's higher.
Like a D6.
Like a D6.
I mean, you get to do it again, right?
I get
'Cause
to
it's a
roll
6.
again because it's 6?
Roll again.
Oh, 11 there.
Unreal.
While I'm poking through them bodies.
A 5?
11.
11.
11 -2, so it's a 9.
9.
All right, so we'll get to you in just a moment.
All right.
You feel this man is seriously ailing, and for a miracle that can heal wounds, this is going to take some serious faith to try and push this through, even with what you have. You don't know if this is even within your skill set.
So Liam is asking, am I
those,
throwing dice? Yes, I'm gonna pray harder.
Okay, what are you gonna
Pray
do?
harder.
You guys use some of these chips. You have a lot of
I
them.
know that's true.
Wait, so I could use the chip to go higher than I already
You
did?
can roll. You can use a red chip to just add a D6. to
Oh,
what you
add a
do.
D6.
Whoa, really?
Well,
You
no,
double the
see
number
that
of
I
chips
don't
you do.
understand the rules. Can I use this now to add a
Got so many
D6?
chips.
No, I'm hurting. I'm hurting y'all.
I get a bigger chip.
Can't wait till I get
My
to
choice.
1. All right. Can I use another red chip?
Straight up.
No, you get the 1. So add
1,
to
so
it.
just a 1. So that gets it to 11.
11.
Yeah. See? Come on.
That guy, the guy who's in a fever state is half asleep and and find laudanum that the doc gave to him to calm him down. So he's gonna be shouting all right for a while here.
He's got the Jake legs.
So as you go ahead and complete this miracle with the faith best you can beyond that, I'll let you use another chip if you want to add more to it.
I have to.
You got enough of them.
Come back to me, Reverend. Come back to me.
Is this another red chip to add another D6?
Yeah.
So add all right.
Oh, okay, here.
2 to it.
He's getting every chip.
Come on.
All right. So what's it now? 13.
10, yes.
I'll let you do this for the sake of this. So as you push through with the double raise to your faith check on this, you see as this bright, vibrant light suddenly fills the room from one sunbeam coming through the singular glass window, striking you in the shoulder and enveloping the entirety of Reverend Smith. All of a sudden, you in the distance, as you're inspecting the corpses, can't help but glance over at your shoulder, and you watch as this ray of light envelops his body. As it does, he lifts gently off the table 2-3 inches, and the doc goes, "What the fuck have you brought into my place?" He inspects then as you see the Reverend slowly turns over in place. His eye corrects itself. A smile comes across him of serene joy, and he's lowered down onto the table. The light subsides. You take your hand away, and he sits up in place, goes, "My lord, my thoughts are mine again."
Welcome back, Reverend. The Lord will abide.
The Lord is stronger than you, than anyone I've met.
Please don't
He
thank
starts
me.
like crying
Oh dear.
and gives you a big hug and pulls in.
There's no faith stronger than what you brought this day.
Take him by the hands. We all find ourselves low and in place of trouble. It's always time to come back to his faith.
You've lost interest in this whole circumstance.
Completely.
Otherwise, this is for you, Travis.
Oh, what?
What? Like a special note just for him?
I'm not the only one that suffers. So you go, you get into this, and keen as you are, you've done some hunting in your time, and you've seen some wounds spent, to various creatures that have been mauled by individuals. You find specifically that one, it seems like a bear, or at least something of a bear's size, would have to have done this.
Right.
But it's wintertime. Bears usually aren't wandering, and the wounds here are thorough. Not killed something and ate pieces of it. There's no indication that there has been portions of these bodies eaten. In fact, they have just been killed and torn apart.
Just for no purpose.
The doc at this point, kind of stunned by the whole miracle that just transpired before him, walks over to you and goes,
Here's what gets me. Each of these bodies were found on the outskirts of town, not deep in the woods. Some of these folks weren't seen leaving.
Like somebody wanting us to find him.
think some of these bodies were placed after being killed.
How ghastly.
I don't know if these people were outside of the town when they were killed even. So I'm confused, just as you are about this.
So you think that whatever did this could actually be staying inside of this town?
Or at least, whatever did this is working with someone within the town.
Have you noticed any suspicious activity in the town?
Have you been to this town for long? It's full of suspicious activity.
We just arrived this morning. I don't know.
Fucking damn it, this whole town's full of cocksuckers and I don't know how to separate the good from the bad. I wouldn't even believe what you're saying if this guy didn't come in here and fucking prove that God exists to me. As an atheist, I'm having a lot going in my head right now.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. If you want to help find out what the shit did this, I need a drink. And he goes over and grabs the bottle of laudanum next to the guy.
Oh, no.
Who was helping her. Don't you know or shush me. I know what I need.
Oh, good gracious.
Well, don't be stingy.
Make a persuasion check.
Stinky Jules.
Hold on, I'm about to drink.
2 red chips to the Reverend.
Oh, Jesus
Zero.
Christ.
Man down.
Wait, 0, but I'm gonna add a red chip so that I can get some of that.
And a black chip to you, Sydney.
So 5.
5.
Yeah, but here's my chip that I just used to get that.
He goes,
One sip. I ain't got a lot of this.
Wait, can I make a persuasion check on her?
you may.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay.
Juniper.
Wait, don't you fucking call me Juniper. I don't know you.
Make a persuasion check.
Technically, you do know me. Biblically.
Oh, well, that's true. Did you check your junk?
You don't want to go down that hole.
I think you already went down it if you get my meaning.
I'm not good with comedy. This is very awkward. I just don't want to see you going over an edge you can't come back from. What do I roll to stop Laura Bailey from having drugs?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, okay. Okay, all right, it's not the worst. 4, both 4, and I will add 5, so a total of 9.
Total of 9. I want you to go ahead and, I'd say for this, roll a spirit.
Spirit. Well, it's gonna be hard for me to beat, seeing as how I only got a D6 here. 5.
Okay. Yeah. Anything to that?
Yeah.
Black chip there.
Yeah. All right. I'll add a black chip. No. I don't want to re-roll it. I gotta add to it. I'm out of my colors here. All right. I'll add a red.
Don't listen to her. She has one more.
Was that 9?
Yeah.
Yep.
9.
So equal numbers.
Equal
Numbers. Both of you guys roll a d6.
Dance off.
Same time. Do it same time.
1, 2,
2,
3.
3, go.
Normally, no one could keep you from a sip of laudanum, but watching the miracles that transpire around this bright and bushy-faced gentleman, you think maybe you should drink this when he's not around, and you kind of gently give it back to the doctor. He's like,
Fine. I done wasted a chip to talk him into giving it to me in the first place.
And listen, I'm gonna give this to you. This is a bar of soap. It's my last one. Please use it.
Now, I appreciate you all having your conversation, but if you could do it outside, I got business to tend to.
Oh, that tastes like shit. What is this?
It doesn't go in your mouth. You know what soap is, right?
Dear, it's made of lye. It's for cleaning yourself with.
as he starts pushing you guys outside of the place, and you get outside, before he closes the door, he goes, and just a word, I don't know if this will help much, but each of those that were killed inside here were plot owners in gold and silver veins.
You don't say.
Except for the last 2.
What were they?
You and Kilmer, the ones you were looking at. They were under the employ of Al Swearingen in the Gem Saloon.
Al Swearingen,
Now get out! And he slams the door behind you.
The video game developer.
Shit.
goodness, that was
Sounds
quite a
like
lot
it
of
was
info.
rich folks getting killed in this town.
I'm quite glad to be out of there.
I can think of many reasons to kill rich people. Many.
Well, who should we talk to find out what kind of creatures have been living in this city?
You hear a voice creep in the back of your ear. Liam once again. It says,
The only path to goodness is to find who murdered these people. Follow the trail. Be a hero.
Can I pray for guidance to know if this is a devil or an angel talking to me?
roll a faith check.
I have to. I'll be screwed later, but I have to. Shit. 2 and 2. Shit.
Two again.
4.
Throw it over.
It's hard to tell. You've had a lot of miracle stuff happen recently, so you figure this is probably an angel sent from your god, but it's hard to tell.
Fuck. Here are 2 that I've used.
All right.
So, Salty Jules, I was wondering, would you mind if in my notepad I did a small sketch of your bear cub? I do fancy them so.
Oh, is it still following us?
Yes. Would you mind if I looked after him and maybe did some drawings?
Well, feel free.
Oh, that's so
No
kind
one's
of
stopping you.
Thank you very much.
Want to keep the bear?
Yes, I would love to look after him if that's all right.
I foresee this bear possibly killing you in your future, but you know what? Go for it. You'll have a good time with him. You'll have a good time.
You gotta be strong when you're raising such a creature now.
All right.
So, make sure you discipline him, but also give him lots of love and whiskey, but no chocolate, 'cause I hear that's
Discipline.
bad for him.
Love, whiskey, and chocolate.
No chocolate.
Oh,
bear-
no chocolate.
The bear of which is like nuzzling under your hand, Stinky Jules, and is like just licking. your
I-
paw.
I say, he just loves the way I smell.
I hope he'll be as affectionate with me. May I?
You can try.
Oh, thank you. And I would like to grab the bear and try to cuddle it.
It begins to growl as soon as you get close.
No. It's. Did you give it a name?
Trinket.
Trinket. Oh yes, like a small, like a little cog. Hello, Trinket. It is your Uncle Sidney.
Bites at your hand.
I told you.
What is your what's your parry?
My parry is 6.
6. All right. 6. So the bear bites out towards your hand, doing 7 points of damage. What's your toughness?
My toughness is 5.
Hang on, wait.
Rabies!
I am going to use my snake oil salesman to contest your roll.
On
I can do that, right?
on
Your
the-
roll on the bear attacking him.
was that snake oil salesman you're referring to?
My knack of the seventh son ability.
I didn't use a fate chip.
Well, can't I make
You can
you
negate
re-roll?
me using one. No, you can't force me to re-roll. When I use a chip, you can be like, nope.
Do you
Never
announce
mind.
when you're
Continue.
using
Yeah.
I won't use my awesome
Hold
ability.
off on that till it comes.
You don't know the rules you learned yesterday?
I'm 1 to 3 damage over.
Right, so the bear whoosh, bites down on your hand. You pull back. You're considered shaken for the moment,
I'm so quite shaken.
but the bear's still so fucking cute.
He is so lovely. He's a quite voracious, little energetic.
It's a wild beast there.
I'll still look after. My God, can you see the flesh?
I wonder if this little beast can lead us to another beast.
Good.
I mean, it is a baby. I don't know.
Little baby, quite cute.
Just licks a little bit of blood off of its teeth and just grins at
We
you.
could probably use him as bait.
Funny.
Well, that's true. We could.
Put him out and maybe whatever.
I am
skill
fighting.
for him.
It is so hard to fight the
Don't say
motherly
it. Don't say it.
instinct.
Nope, you're not that
Motherly
person.
instinct.
I know I'm not, but it's real
Use him as
hard to
bait.
fight it.
What's the plan now?
Well, but perhaps we should go to this Mr. Swearengen's place. See what the people in his employ were actually up to.
Oh, that's smart. You're smart.
Thank you. Yes, I do a lot of reading.
We'll lead the way. Smarts.
Yes, of course.
You actually saw the gem saloon. It's across. It's not too far from the Bella Union.
This way. Mind the horse shit.
I stepped right through the horse shit.
She does. Right up to the ankle.
It's their own.
Eventually, you make your way towards the gem saloon. As you walk up, there is piano being played, but unlike the Bella Union, it's not quite as fanciful, and the interior is a little more dreary. As you step inside, you can see a few patrons around. You can see a few of the female workers of the establishment, who are all kind of leaning in the back corner in various states of undress, but all look kind of hot and not really into it at the moment.
Reverend, avert your eyes. Hello.
As you walk in and say that, you see across the way a man with a big black beard and kind of long hair, little kind of bowler cap on with a rifle kind of across his shoulder, and a white shirt with a single strap over for his overalls. And he looks over and starts walking towards you with his rifle in his hand.
Yeah.
And he just goes,
What brings you here to the Gem Saloon?
Hello.
Sorry, I got punched in the throat and it's still healing.
That sounds awful. We may have someone that might be able to help you. My name is Sidney Hopkins Trivelpiece.
What you cocksuckers doing here in the gym? What you looking for?
Them bodies in the Doc's place. They came from you?
Got a couple men we lost, yes, but that's not our problem.
No, but
Killed all the
I
time.
mean, but why? They've been teared up by like a beast or something. Figure out what that is? You seen any beasts around here outside of this little bear?
I see no fucking beasts. If you're here to drink, fuck, get in here. Otherwise, I need you to step off.
All right, I go up and bar and get some drinks now.
If you don't mind, sir, what is your name?
kind of looks at you for a second. Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, 8. Okay.
That's good.
That's not bad. That's balls. I'm gonna spend a re-roll.
That's the 8 you re-roll.
Shit. Oh, I do re-roll the 8 if I
re-roll
throw
8, yeah.
black chip? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank God. Hey! 8!
Roll again.
Hey!
15!
That's awesome.
He gives you a look over and his demeanor shifts and changes again. He goes,
Sorry, just doing my job. Name's Dan.
Dan?
Dan Doherty.
Dan Doherty.
Kind of shakes your hand for a second.
Ow.
That's right, now you knows, boss.
Yes, my writing head. And Doherty.
So if you want a drink, go over to the bar. Otherwise, sit down, listen to some music, find yourself some pussy. Doesn't matter.
Oh, pussy, yes. Yes.
Dan, if you've got means here to boil some water and some whiskey, which I think you've got, I could probably help you out with your throat, if you like. I have a little background in medicine. Your choice.
I like the way you sound, Dan.
He gives you a look at your face and goes,
You ain't look like you ever suffered more than suckling your mother's tit. I don't trust anyone who don't drink or anyone who don't have to shave. All right. That's what I said.
He goes and high fives the guy at the table next to him, this older drunken fella who heard the whole conversation and is kind of laughing at your rather mousy.
Dan, I've seen the brains pour out of a man's head on the field of battle on the eastern coast. You can have my help if you want, or you can suffer.
I'll take suffer. I prefer to heal on my own, the proper way. None of your fucking God-mongering types here saying that the word can help.
And he spins around, keeps an eye over his shoulder, mistrusting towards you with the rifle still kind of at his side.
God bless, Dan.
I'm sorry, could I ask you all a question? I've always been quite curious about the employment of the American whore. I was wondering if you would mind if I went and interview one for my journal.
All right.
Perhaps you could do the queries here, and I might leave you for a moment.
Are you asking permission to go speak to her?
Yes.
If you want to go fuck her, go fuck her. You don't have to ask permission.
There's plenty around.
Right.
Little voice.
Don't
curls
try
into
and
the-
say you're interviewing her when we know what you want.
The voice returns and goes,
Men and women are born every day through a union of others. Go. Be merry. Touch.
Just curious, Padre, I don't know quite what your denomination is from.
Protestant.
Oh, Protestant, lovely. So would you care to perhaps get an adjoining room? Just because I'm afraid I feel rather exposed upstairs.
I'm not really sure what you were asking.
Would you like
asking me to babysit while you...
No, just perhaps, join me for a trip down the old lane.
Oh.
Was that a blink? Did you just blink at him?
It was a double blink.
Wait,
If you make
so
the noise, it counts.
you want one of them horse?
Well, to speak to one,
I
yes.
pull up the closest whore to me. Hey, which one of you are the least itchy?
They all kind of look at each other. They're all giving you a very, very curious look, and they'll put their hand out and be like,
Honey, we're all clean. The doctor takes care of us. You gonna pay or not?
They're all clean. I don't believe a word she says, but they're all clean.
It's only a matter of time.
Yes, I would like to acquire one whore, please.
$10, take your choice.
Is that a going rate in the States?
What?
$10 it is, yes. $10.
she takes you by the hand and starts leading you upstairs.
A quiet room, hopefully secluded from the others.
He wants to interview you.
He gets close behind the door. Three of you guys, what are you doing?
I go and ask one of them whores about the guys that are dead. I want to find a whore and ask her about them bodies I found over at Doc's place.
You find a woman, brunette, kind of rosy makeup cheeks, who's sitting at a table, and just kind of fanning herself off on this strangely muggy, warm day in the middle of the winter.
Huh?
Oh yeah, it's hot, isn't it? Oh.
Telling me this day's been all sorts of muggy.
Hey.
What can I do to help you?
Well, I saw them bodies over at Doc's place, tore it up.
I don't want to talk about that.
Wait, don't.
I only know what one half of it means.
I just did you know those dudes, those guys?
Kilmer was
Kilmer.
one of the nicer fellows who worked here.
Oh shit.
Jim, he died for us. Well, sad to hear that he met a weird fate.
And he actually worked here.
All right.
All right, that's good to know. What about that other fella?
Well, Hugh worked here as well, but honestly, kind of glad Hugh got what he had coming.
Hugh. He was a fucker, wasn't he? All right, when did they go missing?
I don't definitely know. You'd have to ask Mr. Swearingen about that.
Oh, where's Mr. Swearingen?
She kind of looks up and you can see at the top of the stairs it curls around and there's an office with a closed door on the second floor.
Are we allowed to go up there? That looks like lock and key sort of shit.
She kind of points over to, you see Dan in the corner with his rifle, who's like just keeping a very close look on you. You'd have to talk to him.
Talk to Dan. All right. Hey. Thanks for help there.
She has her hand out.
Ah, shit. I had her some money.
Okay, takes it.
Sudis actually wanted to go talk to them.
Okay, so as you turn around, Sudis has walked up now to Dan, who's, as you approach, he has the gun at his side and he begins to kind of pull back the trigger.
Can I help you?
How do you say name again?
Dan.
Dan.
Dan Doherty.
Dan, all right.
That's far enough. If you come any closer, I'm gonna go ahead and take your eye out.
Oh, don't mind her. She's just a fortune teller.
Oh.
And if
y'all right there, Rev.
He just pulls a small black feather out of his mouth after the hiccup and was used by the whole thing.
I suppose it is a little funny.
Dan.
We're all tested. Each in our own way.
Looking at the aura and the energy surrounding you, I don't think you'd pull that trigger now, would you, Dan?
I think he'd pull it there, hun.
Yeah, make a notice check.
All right.
5.
5? He would definitely pull that trigger.
Ooh,
You get the sense he's pulled a lot of triggers. And he's aimed right at you.
One more step.
I'm sorry. I just thought you might like a little bit of insight into your future. I can see great potential in you, Dan.
I don't want any of this. Too many fucking weird things happen in this town. Don't want any of your goddamn magical bullshit. Get the fuck out of the gym before I shoot you.
Hey, Sue.
All right. It's going to save your life, but have it your way. Oh, and watch your back.
She's scary as fuck.
Don't trust some gypsy types at all.
Hey, Dan.
What you want?
Them
You
fellers
remind
that...
me of someone. Go on.
Your employer up them top of the stairs. How do I get to talk to him?
No one talks to Al unless they get permission.
From
What
who?
talk to him about?
How do I get permission to
Tell
talk?
me what you need for him. I'll talk to
All
him,
right,
and he'll tell you no.
No. I want to help you kill the motherfucker that killed your motherfuckers. Now you seem capable.
Is he all right? He's not gonna be picky.
He's done some crazy shit today.
I can see. Supposed to cook the bird first, asshole.
What?
It's the throat thing. I'm sorry.
I know. I can. Never mind.
Sit the fuck down. You get the fuck out of the gym, or I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna shoot.
I take a step in front of the gypsy. Dan.
You got till 3 to calm your friends the fuck down, or I'm gonna go ahead and take them both out.
I'm quite calm. Do I look aroused? I don't.
Calm down, you guys that are really revved up right now.
I'd like to reach my hand down to.
Down to what?
Stinky Jules' revolver.
Hey! Get your fucking hand off my gun.
And.
Don't fucking touch my gun.
Reach for her revolver?
Yes.
Shit.
No, not to take it. To cast smite on it.
I'm gonna use a chip
Sometimes
on that.
reaching's all that needs to be done.
Give her the old reach around.
All right.
You're gonna reach for my gun when a motherfucker's pointing
So,
a gun at you.
You're behind me.
Travis, first off, while we're in this moment, as time has passed, I would like for you, go ahead and roll a spirit check.
Okay. It's a 4. All right. 4.
Add something to it.
I'll re-roll one.
You got chips, guys. Use them.
I know, we got so many.
So many.
All right.
Shit, it's still a 4.
No, you add that.
Oh, I add that.
3 to
Oh
the
no,
4.
you sent
No,
me
no,
black.
you
just to
re-rolled, yeah.
Oh, reroll?
Yeah.
Red one would add to it.
Yeah.
If you want to use a red one to add to it, you can.
Yeah. Why not?
All right. So add a d6 to that one.
Okay. Fucking dick licking piece of 5. With a 1.
You want to use another chip to add more to it?
Yeah, why not?
On the important rolls.
Let it rain.
There is no.
So, total of 6?
Yes!
You're a werewolf.
I'm chiplets! It's terrible!
A respectable 5 minutes pass before he makes his way outside of the room. Nice and sweaty.
How about with my sleeves rolled up?
Yes?
Yes.
You come down immediately to see what appears to be a standoff. Rifle drawn right at the Reverend as he begins to reach towards her gun on the side.
Okay, I know I'm in front of her. Where's Stinky?
He's up the stairway right now.
Who? She?
I'm
she-
stinky.
She's stinky.
Oh, sorry. She's maybe
He's also stinky.
4 or 5 feet from
but
you.
I'm
Do I
more
need to
stinky.
touch the gun?
You would, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, then I can't do that at all because she's 5 feet behind me.
Also, I'd probably murder you for trying to touch
Touch
my
your gun.
weapon.
Yeah, there's that.
She was very forthcoming. It gave me quite a bit difficult at first, but what happened
I'm
here?
backing up. I'm backing up. Relax. Hand behind me.
Put your hands down.
I brush my fingers across her gun and cast smite
Okay, you guys, her gun? Okay.
on her gun. Yeah.
Spend 2 points, so
Would I've noticed that he brushed his hand?
make a notice check.
Yeah. It's like called the dick graze.
I don't got a dick.
What do I roll for this? Spirit, right? Faith. I
No,
mean.
this is faith, yeah.
Faith, yeah.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
God damn it.
I got a 4.
Spend anything?
6, and
Well, I
I'm
only
gonna
got
add...
one blue chip, and the other one's a reroll, so I can't get any better.
Okay.
Total of 9.
All right.
Under your foot.
So that's with the raise. So you go ahead and there's a dull glow at the side of her her holster as you manage to smite her or enchant her weapon with smite. You don't know. You do manage to glance to the side and notice that he brushes his finger past. There's a slight glow off of your holster. What the fuck?
You done saw me doing a girl?
Dan. Pull that trigger and it will be the last trigger you pull. So says the dark entity behind your shoulder.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh shit.
Which way is Dan facing in relation to me?
You're looking down the stairs. You see Dan's kind of. They're both at the side, looking at each other from your perspective down below.
I'm gonna use a black chip just to see if I can do better. 6 again. 6.
6.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Roscoe.
Oh.
I'll pick it up later.
Thank you.
You don't want to kill him.
Thank you. That sounds good when you do that. Good.
You don't want to shoot an unarmed man, do you, Dan?
All right, so he'd still kind of triggers for
I
a
just
second.
kinda go-
Dan's over his shoulder.
Dan.
Yeah.
Doesn't see anything. You do hear a door slam in the distance. Boosh! And a voice comes blaring out over the.
Who the fuck is causing problems in my saloon?
Al?
And who the fuck is calling my name?
You see, at this point, Dan puts his gun down.
Sir, I didn't mean nothing by it. We had these folks come in. He's like,
I will gut you like a goddamn fish, Dan.
Sudi starts crying.
Sorry.
No English.
What do you want? Or get the fuck out of my place.
We're here to help. Me and these weirdos that surround me are here to look for the people that have been killing your men.
You smell like cow plops.
Yeah, Mr. Swearingen, Sidney Hopkins Triple Piece, we're on a mission to find...
The more you talk, the less I want to talk to any of you. You. Looking to see if you can help my men who got killed, right?
Right.
Get on up in my office. He turns around and goes back inside. Storms back out again and goes like, and Dan, you tell me next time we have guests looking for me, do not point a gun at them. And kind of glances over at you and goes, I don't trust her. Gun can go that way. The rest of them let him up.
Stinky Jules, be quick about it.
Be quick about what?
Your meeting.
Why?
No reason. The gentleman in the lobby seems very aggressive.
Sure.
What just happened? Al invited the 3 of us?
Three of you guys up and is like,
So you're coming with me?
you can stay.
Oh, good.
I go over and I start talking to the whores, seeing if they want their fortunes told.
All right. Three of you guys make your way up to the office.
You're going to fuck a guy.
I see many STDs in your future.
Desk is up there. There's paper strewn across it. There's a balcony with the door half open, and you see a partially dressed woman currently leaving out of the far bedroom. Kind of rushes past you guys. You enter the room.
Would you mind closing the door behind you?
Close the door, Rev.
All right, so. To who the fuck do I owe this pleasure?
Well, I'm Stinky Jules. Nice to make your acquaintance.
I would ask if I may speak.
Be my guest.
Lovely. Sidney Hopkins Triple Piece at your service. From the great country of England, here to chronicle the glory and power of the Wild West. Sir, your name has quite the renown and
Whereabouts in England? I actually, had some time there myself.
Yes, point of fact, I am from Tawny land, and by route of Shepherdshire. But I took a barge and landed in the beautiful state of Mississippi.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Is he faking it?
Is he making that?
Do you think he's from New Jersey?
6.
Not
He's
old
from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
All right, calm down. Calm down. Usually folks aren't so eager around this place.
Very excited.
Jittery. All right, so, say you're here to help my men.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He kind of walks out and looks over the balcony for a second. Fucking cocksucker cleaned out the tables with a grin. Have you seen this asshole walking in town taking all the money?
Oh, yes, we did. I tried to punch him. I almost punched him. But we did, in fact, see him cheating at poker earlier today.
Next time he crosses your path, go over and punch him for me if you don't
I
mind.
will certainly try to do that again, sir.
It's Simon he's speaking of.
Simon.
Is that his name?
Yes, it's Simon, yes.
Good to know. Well, I certainly hope he took Psy for all he's worth, too. There goes the joyride with the trees alone. Look, you see him again and deck him, there's some cash in it for you.
Oh.
Understood.
What's wrong with you?
It's not, never mind.
The hand is hurting quite a bit.
Oh, I see. No, never mind. You do not know that one. So, this is... Alright, so I've heard some terrible fucking news and new interest is coming to town soon. George Hurst, the same rich fucking loadrunner as Hurst.
Yes.
Hurst, Hagen, Tevis, and Cocksucker's company. Last thing we need in this place is another fucking company man without an appreciation for allies.
Yeah.
Quite agree.
I don't have any idea what he just said.
So I'll tell you what. You want work?
Yeah.
Pay you $400 to split, and a free run of the ladies for the night if you bring me anything linking Hurst to these rumors of silver going belly up in this town.
What the fuck does this have to do with that damn creature killing people? I'm confused.
Yes, I do believe it was two of your men that were torn asunder by this horrible creature.
Do you think it was Hurst that killed them?
Very possible. You find that out. You come back with some information about that.
All right.
Or if this is this fucking bear that keeps saying it is, bring back the bear's hide. $200 to you to spread as you like for the hide of whatever fucking creature killed my boys.
All right.
So 400 for the silver and 200 for the beast.
It's hard to find dependable men these days, and some heroics in town can only bring spirits up. Higher spirits make for hiring paying customers.
Yes, yes.
Sure.
So-
Where, would we start to look for any of the shit you just talked about?
If I knew, I'd go looking for my fucking self.
That does make
What am I
sense,
paying you
sir.
for?
Mr. Swearingen, I am quite familiar with Psy's establishment
Shut
lies.
him the fuck up,
Well,
please.
I was just saying, but I have information.
He has information, though.
Spill it. Spill it, big boy.
I was just saying I could lead these intrepid band of investigators over to Psy's place and spare you the
Psy?
The head, yes, Psy.
Simon?
He runs the, what is the name of his saloon in...
Belly Union.
Yes, Belly Union, yes. Oh, wait, that's where we were. Yeah.
So, want some cash? Find out who the fuck killed my men. See if Hurst is behind any of this.
All right. We will do that.
Now get out. Your choice. Stairs or the balcony?
The stairs.
Good. Wise choice.
All right.
Slams the door behind you guys.
Kind of wanted to go out the balcony.
Fortunes.
You, in the meantime, there is a woman who has come up and said,
Actually, I've always wanted my fortune told, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely, darling. What's your name?
Lisa.
Lisa. Lisa. All right. Lisa. What does Lisa look like? Can I do a notice check on Lisa?
Yeah.
voice in your head once again, Liam goes,
Come, take one, any of them. It will write your connection with your lord.
7. Lisa. Come here, darling. Lisa.
She looks
Let me
to-
get a good look at you.
She's young. She hasn't been in this business long. You can see a bit of fear and worry in the back of her eyes. That's the best you can pick up.
Looks like someone hurt you in your past. Duh.
I've heard a lot in this line of work.
So are you running or are you chasing pain, Lisa?
What do you mean?
Be careful.
Careful of what?
This work you do could very easily consume you, but it hasn't yet.
As you say that, you can see one of the whores nearby trips whoa, poof, and knocks her down onto the table, knocking out her front teeth.
Wait, the woman I was just talking to?
Yeah. And just begins running off. The other women take her in and they start picking up her teeth on the table. Like,
What did you do to her?
you get out of this place, you fortune teller. You get out of this place.
I did not see that coming.
You hear?
Admit it.
You hear? And Dan has his rifle up in the back and is like,
I told you to get out.
I swoop and I hook her on the arm and I just guide her out the door.
all right.
Don't worry, we'll meet again, Dan.
Not the
As
hill.
well as the demon on your shoulder. Bye, demon. Bye-bye. Mwah, mwah.
He looks over his shoulder again, kind of nervously.
Strong stuff. You serve strong stuff. Come on, out the door you go.
Oh, I made like 5 gold.
I'll be with you shortly, Mr. Doherty. If I may, the whore that I was able to interview upstairs. What was her name?
Which one was it?
The red-haired one, lovely blue eyes.
Ginya.
Ginya, yes. Would you do me a favor and follow up with her in a bit? I did do quite a number on her. I just want to make sure that she's all right. I was quite proud of myself. Anyway, oh, Stinky Jules. Unfortunately, Sue knocked all the teeth out of a woman she was trying to tell the fortune for. Dan here was about to put a hole in her head again, so we're going
I did not touch that woman. I was simply giving her fortune.
How'd she lose her teeth then?
She just tripped. One of the other women pulled her down and she tripped and fell. It had nothing to do with me.
Can't blame her for that. I mean,
That's
a
what
lot
I
of
said.
people are drinking in this bar. The accidents happen.
Very much
Not
so.
everything is necessarily a pull of fate strings, okay? Sometimes shit just happens.
That's right.
Perhaps we should find our way to this spot anyway. Bartender, may I have some whiskey? Could you pour it under this hand? It's probably quite bad.
As you turn to this point, you can see Dan still has his gun up and says,
Go ahead and find whiskey elsewhere. You four are fucking not welcome right now till you come
Ah,
back. What Al was asking about.
Understood, Dan. Thank you for your patience.
Mr. Swearingen has said...
Get the fuck out. Let's go.
New Jersey.
You guys find your way outside of the gem saloon.
Why are you petting air?
Just itch. A bit of itch.
It's better if you're itching to actually touch your body. I've found it has a better effect.
The monkey in your ear whispers now. It's like,
Follow the trail of gold and silver. This is where you must go.
and curls back up into your hair.
Manatu.
The
Manatu.
Manatu?
It's her foreign tongue, I'm sure.
It's just thinking out
I'm
loud.
trying to figure it out. I heard you say
No, just the
"da." Are you Russian?
Stinky Joe, could you pour some whiskey on my hand? I'm afraid it's infected. I'm feeling a bit feverish. I feel it. Oh, please, careful now. That's really
I
quite
poke at
unnecessary.
it,
Yes, it's quite pus-ridden. It feels wonderful.
Push out some of
Chicken
that
shit.
butt. Okay.
Do you want me to?
fucking...
Yeah, no, that looks
if
pretty.
if you would, be quite careful. Thank you.
Sure, take some whiskey there.
Yes, if you don't mind.
Pour some whiskey over the hand. You feel inspired? Enough to get a red chip?
I
I'm
think
gonna
we
take-
should
Come here. Come here,
Yes.
Mr. English or wherever you're from.
Mr. Tribble,
You
please.
got. Right. Let's take 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Take care of this.
No, that's quite all right. It's
You want the pus?
I must learn to be as tough as the lands I am interviewing.
Go ahead and make a guts check. If you don't
A
mind.
guts check?
Yeah.
I don't know where that is. If it's not as...
Where'd it go?
Looking for the-
I don't think you have it.
So -2 for me if I don't have it?
Just a 4 minus 2.
4 minus 2.
I am gonna add a blue chip because that sucks so much. So it's 5.
5, okay. You, after saying that, kind of shake it off and look down. You can deal with this.
Yes, it's really quite all right.
No longer shaken by it. You feel like this wound will subside in time. Thank you.
I'm gonna pull
You've been
Stinky off
shaking this
into an
whole
alley for a
time?
second. Stinky, come here.
good pus is nature's disinfectant.
You want some more of this action? Rev.
You know, I'm not a Sunday school child, all right? I'm not a blushing flower. I understand how the world works. I don't need the money. So you can have my share. Helping this town is enough. But I do want to understand. I didn't realize you have a higher tolerance than I do. What happened last night?
Oh, yeah. We had sex. Well, you had a lot of sex with the Sue girl. A little bit of sex with Brains over there.
Okay. That was very candid.
The voice in your ear keeps in and goes,
It's all true.
I know that is a fucking devil.
Shakes his head no.
You don't know that.
Why is that all right with you, Rev?
People find comfort where they
You
can.
were real into it. I just want to let you know. You were having a lot of fun. I even at one point asked if you wanted to stop because it seemed a little bit obscene even to me, but you kept on going.
Do you have any whiskey?
I do. Here, have some.
Can I have it?
Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry.
At this point, the sun has begun to set, and you hear in the distance what sounds like a gunshot.
Did you really just drink my whiskey?
No.
Yes, you did.
A gunshot.
A gunshot in the distance. A second gunshot.
Son of a bitch!
Shit! I take off running.
Let's follow.
Okay, you guys go charging off now, and the sound of this distant gunshot.
I'm on my peg leg.
Come on, Trinket.
Ever consider marriage?
Coming.
You make your way to the outskirts of the town, where you see there's now people surrounding what looks to be an individual who is torn open. Their stomach kind of pulled out, but they're holding a gun and they're like on the ground, passing out at this point.
Oh shit! I pull out my gun and look around for whatever it was that was just attacking him.
I run down to the poor individual.
Notice check.
Okay. Notice. Damn it. All right.
I'm gonna wait.
Damn it. All right, I'm gonna spend a blue.
Hey, Marshall.
Yes.
You think I got 2 minutes for the bathroom before the shit hits the fan here?
Sure. Go for it.
I got. It's because he just drank all that whiskey,
That'll
going
do it.
straight through him.
Yep.
Can I? I only got 4.
You got a 4. Looking out in the darkness, as the shadows started to take the nearby forests, you see nothing before you. But you do see some of the other folks in the town who are starting to bring out what looks like torchlight and starting to make a little posse to go out and seek. You see the well-dressed gentleman eventually wanders up earlier, Simon. He's like, what's going on? This is what?
Simon, was it?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello again.
What brings you out here? You came quite fast.
Simon! I'll walk up and I punch him.
Go ahead and roll fighting.
Yes.
And while they're with Simon, I would like to be with the guy that's holding a gun and torn open.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Nice.
You got a 5? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and just roll a d4. Or what's your strength? What's your strength?
The strength is it's just 4.
So yeah, roll a d4 and add 1 to it.
2.
All right, so you was that your fighting roll?
Oh, I wanna re-roll.
Oh, go ahead, reroll your. Well, your fighting is a d4.
No, I did. I fought him. I got
No,
it.
you get the 5 star. Yes. So
Yeah.
you're gonna reroll the
Right.
Attack. 4.
Right before the fist.
And then add 2 and add 1 to it. So 5.
5.
Right before her fist meets his face, I go, oh, pain incoming.
He goes, oh, what? Her fist comes out of the side of your visual perspective as Hack gets flung off to the side. He hits the ground.
See, I can predict future.
He's not missing a tooth.
I pick up the tooth and I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And I tell everybody saw that. If anybody asks, I did in fact punch that man.
Man rushes out and picks him up and goes like, oh, are you okay? And helps Simon up off the ground. You see a man looking with kind of a sad turtle-like wrinkled face, kind of a paisley blue velvet outfit that's kind of worn, dirty, a hat much like yours, and he kind of stammers as he lifts him off the ground. Why have you
taken this moment to feel it important to impart onto my gentle cousin your fist.
Oh, 'cause I was asked to by Mr. Salinger.
Sveringer.
Sveringer.
There we go.
Al told you to. Did you piss off Al? That's dangerous.
What they call you, cousin? What is your name, cousin?
Well, he is my cousin.
Oh, cousin.
But, I'm E.B. Farnham, the mayor of this fair town, and I'm also the owner of the Grand Central Hotel. If you ever want to come stay with us, you're more welcome. Is she welcome? She just punched you, and Simon's still kind of coming to his senses and goes, Why?
I just walk away from him and start asking people if anybody saw who attacked that other feller.
Folks are kind of confused at this point, and they're pulling out their torches and their guns, and the guy on the ground, by the way, as you're searching him,
is he alive?
He is expiring rapidly.
Is he? I look at Jen and say, I say,
who is he? What's going on?
What did you see?
Got a guy in the street.
Yeah, he got attacked.
Was teeth and fur.
Demon?
And he passes out.
I'm walking out to him and laying on hands.
All right, go ahead and make a faith check.
I have to. I've got nothing for you guys.
Some more points.
Trouble, I know. Okay, so here we
Did
go,
you
brother.
recover any?
I don't know. Oop.
Recovers every few hours, right?
One.
Okay, I'm going to use the reroll is the blue.
No, the black is the reroll.
Black is a reroll. And
Black is reroll. Other ones add d6.
Whoosh. 12.
Ooh!
Those innards back in, son.
As you reach down, your hand touches him. In the darkness of the newly formed dusk, you see warmth begin to emerge from your medic's hands, and all the intestines slowly pull back into the body, the wound closing, leaving just the shorn shirt of the individual. Comes to consciousness with a deep breath.
That's just fucking crazy.
You're okay.
You can see E.B. Farm's like, what is going on? Everything's turned upside down. I don't know what's happening.
Reverend, perhaps you could speak some calming words to Mr. Farnham.
Simon turns to them, they kind of whisper to each other and look at the others. Go ahead.
I'm still standing next to Simon. Do I hear what he says?
Make a notice check.
I'm gonna spend a reroll. Not much better. 3.
Yes, Laura, please.
To me?
3? No, you don't hear anything. You hear some whispering, and you notice that Simon kind of nods and looks about shiftily and just darts off into the town as E.B. kind of takes his place with a big smile.
Can I follow Simon? Kind of
Uh,
stealthily, like blend in with the crowd behind
Go ahead and
him?
make a stealth check.
I'm not trained in this. Ooh, I rolled a 3 though, which is pretty good.
-2?
-2, so 1.
As you turn around, E.B. goes,
Ma'am, I'm sorry to bother you. I've just, a lot of things have been happening in this town as of late.
Palms
and
are
I,
very sweaty. Don't touch again.
Sorry, it's a thing.
Why do you seem nervous? Why nervous?
I always seem nervous, but as the mayor of this town, I feel we need
Mayor?
to.
Who made you mayor?
I did, and Mr. Swearingen.
Right, sure, yeah.
I don't have to talk to you. Look, miss, there has been a terrible incursion of an evil sort, a blight on our fair city, and I think it's important that we as a people figure out who is responsible.
Oh, E.B.
I agree with that statement.
I know, E.B., I know. And I kind of reach out and touch his face.
smacks it away.
Unhand me, gypsy, foul demon woman.
You know, the Reverend is quite good at calming the nerves. He has quite the touch.
At this point, the man who he's healed stands up. Black chip for Laura. Goes,
I don't know what to say.
you see now, he's an older gentleman with a big, kind of thick beard and a bowler hat, and he's shorter, stockier.
All right! You saved my life, and I appreciate that.
All I ask is that you use your time more kindly and more wisely.
And to tell us who it was that attacked you.
Name's Charlie. Charlie Utter. And I was out taking a walk on my thinking hour, and there was something moving on the outskirts of town. I went to check it out, like one is wont to do in my place here in town. And something with a lot of fur and teeth came at me. From that way, and he points out towards the north end of town that leads out towards the various mining claims.
How big a creature are we talking about, Charlie?
About the size of a bear, best I can tell. But not bear-like, it was more savage, like a dog. But it's on its hind legs, it looked like. But then it wasn't, and then it ran like a bear. I don't know. I got 2 shots off, it didn't seem to stop it, and then it tore out the side of my stomach and left me for dead.
But you're not dead.
No, but we should.
Your wounds seem to have healed miraculously.
Excuse me while I go get a very firm drink.
Perhaps I can walk you there.
You keep strange company. Well, I appreciate what you've done. That weird shit. I've had enough of it for the day.
We should go check out that bear walking dog, bear, beastly sort of creature and kill it.
You can see EB is still kind of looking over your shoulder as you're talking with him, and he's pushed you away. And I'm sorry. I think it is time that I returned about my business and left you, woman of the arcane dark arts, out of my sight. Good day.
Oh, don't worry, EB. I don't have to be in your sights.
Again, aim for the actual part that itches. It helps, I swear.
Charlie, it's a gift from above. Don't waste it.
You know you're only prolonging the
And he seems like he's super confused and torn by the whole thing that's happening. He just walks into town. Some of the people are out now forming parties to go out into the middle of the forest.
I'll be with you in one moment. I chase after Charlie and I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, dear sir, might I get a quote for my book? Or rather, may I give you one?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, some people don't get to escape death. And I take my Bowie knife out of my sleeve and I stab him in the heart and turn the wound so it opens.
Okay. Go ahead and make a fighting check.
Wait, are you?
What the
Is he
fuck?
stabbing him?
Baker, yeah, he's a beggar. Big surprise.
I'm gonna re-roll the trait check.
Okay.
That's an 8. That's a 6. That's a 14.
With 2 raises. Okay, well, a raise in the attack. So go ahead and roll damage plus an additional d6.
How do I roll damage?
It's under your Bowie knife.
Oh man, Jesus is displeased with you.
Right boot, Bowie knife.
1d4 plus 1d4
fucking
plus
heal
2.
that guy.
4 plus 1d4.
Oh, it's down here.
Plus an additional
I
d6.
told you
Oh, I
you're
got you.
only prolonging the inevitable.
By 30
By
seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah.
Plus 1.
Sometimes people are just meant to die.
Hey man, Liam's agnostic. I get you.
But 1d4 is the 4-sided, the pointed one.
Oh, sorry, this guy.
Yeah, so roll that twice.
Oh boy.
5.
Plus 2. So 7. Plus your d6.
We have in Jesus.
D6.
10.
And
7 plus 4 is 11.
Oh, I'm sorry, 11. Wrong list.
do you want to use a red chip to add another d6 to that?
I will.
Just because why not? Add another d6.
3, 14.
14.
Does he explode into a mist of blood?
No, it's
No,
stealthy.
but as you walk away,
Arm over him.
over him, do you keep walking with him? Mm-hmm. He goes limp in your grasp. You're like,
Oh, no, please. Someone come quickly. It seems his wounds have been extremely grievous. Oh, please, somebody help Charlie.
you guys now see as Charlie is collapsed to the ground now, just a gout of blood out of his chest where the previous scar wounding was.
Oh, my dear. Oh, goodness, I wasn't quite ready for this.
Can I do an insight
Sydney.
check on Sydney? Notice.
Oh, insight.
Check. Notice.
Please, I'm afraid his blood will get in the wound of the bear.
All right, let me check it out. Maybe we should pour some more whiskey
Yes,
on
if
that.
you
All right,
just
just push on the wound.
Don't fucking touch it.
I mean,
It's all right. No, just,
6.
Just
Ooh,
the whiskey
6.
alone would be great.
9.
Fuck it. That's really quite
If I could
unnecessary.
have you go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay.
while he's doing that, question. I mean, like he dropped his accent for a second 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Is that-
re-roll.
But I don't catch that if the dice don't catch it, right?
Correct.
Correct.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yes.
So that's a 7.
7?
Yep.
You got anything else to that or not?
Help no one else.
You can't do anything else?
I'm gonna add a
You can't roll at
d6.
all?
Skills checks and traits, but I can't.
That is not 9. Oh wait, no, 7 plus 3 is 10.
10. He looks earnest. It looks like somehow the wound is reopened, and Sydney is genuinely fearful of what has just happened.
Really not quite prepared.
Told you he was meant to die.
Can't trust the English.
Yeah.
If we've learned anything.
Why? I was only trying to escort him back. Oh well. I
Well,
suppose.
shit. We should get that doc out here and take care of them wounds
Yes,
again.
yes.
In the meantime, maybe we should all go find that bear.
Yes,
I think we need to start at some of the mining locations. Some of the gold and silver veins.
But the bear is like just here.
The bear ran out into the woods. It's right that way.
I know, but I think we should follow it and towards one of the mining.
Does anyone adept in tracking such an animal?
I pull out the sharpened crucifix I have. It's that way. And I just walk off.
That's a
in the
very
direction of the bears.
sharp.
You guys watch as your reverend fellow just walks off into the woods.
We
Well, it's a start.
start following him.
Yes, of course.
I push Sydney in front of me. And I say, maybe you should follow behind the Reverend there, Sydney.
Well, of course, it'd be my pleasure. Shall we?
I peg leg behind.
Okay. You guys begin to make your way up into the woods. At this point, I want to mention real fast, we just hit 65K.
Yay!
All right!
All right!
That is amazing. So we're gonna have a boss named, created with me in the community at some point in the near future to show up in Critical Role. If we hit 70K, this special one-off and what it's about to unveil as it continues will be uploaded to geekincentre.com by Friday. If we can hit 75K, it'll be uploaded by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to be giving out some, looks like a signed cast poster of the purple, no longer available
Oh, shit.
Showdown poster.
Those are like in the vault.
Yeah.
They're
Sign that
very
poster
rare.
and give that away since it is no longer available if we hit 75K. So, anyway.
I only
Welcome, Vox Monica.
This one.
I am Skiz Bucket Tater Taint.
Why do you keep calling him Vox Monica?
Oh, man.
Why not?
Because he likes it. He's a friend of fans.
It's gonna stick. It's the new hotness. Come on.
So as you guys step into the dark forest, the evening air has definitely consumed this air. You can hear the crickets in the distance chirping and the occasional distant hooting of a night owl.
What does the moon look like?
What does the moon look like? You look up and the moon is a bright, vibrant, circular white. It looks to be
it's a full moon?
close to full or full. And that light is aiding you get through some part of the forest as scattered as it is amongst the trees.
Would I have any like occult knowledge about like
Make an occult check.
the
Knowledge occult.
moon and maybe things come out of the moon times?
That is a moon.
That is the moon in disguise. Oh no.
Fail.
Oh, it was a 4. Can I keep it? Can I keep it? You're not following.
On the table.
3. I'm gonna spend a blue to add a d6, right?
Yep. Thank you.
Ooh, what a 4. So what was 7.
So 7. Yes, full moons in particular, furry beasts with nasty teeth. Various forms of lycanthropy are affected at this point in time, based on the information that these attacks happened every few weeks, and that's all of the lunar cycle. You gather there's probably a very good chance that this beast that's been seen multiple times is some sort of a shapeshifter.
No, the full moon. It has mystical powers. I'd watch out for any type of lycanthropy in the area.
What the fuck is lycanthropy?
You good? You've had those hiccups for.
What did you eat, son?
I don't know what happened last night.
You shouldn't eat from the traveling street carts. Those are bad.
I have a lot of praying to do.
Would you pray for me as well?
You survive this?
It burns when I pee. I think it might have had to do something with last night.
Did you also eat from the traveling street cart?
No.
Don't eat from food trucks.
Oh, okay.
a couple things. One, ladies, red chips.
Just for ladies?
I snaked it. It's mine.
The men get black chips.
Oh, good. At least I have one more now.
Yeah. That's fine.
I have 2 chips.
All right.
Two chips. Just saying.
Roll smarts check if you could.
Just straight smarts?
The D's, yes. Straight. Add the D6 as well to see what's higher.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna re-roll.
All right.
Please be for
Do
me.
I re-roll
Please be for
both
me.
or which one?
One, the big one.
The big one? It's not great.
I'm doing
5.
5. You got anything to do it?
Don't bait me, Matthew Mercer. I know what you're doing.
You don't have to.
Trying to get me to use all my tokens.
You get more information if you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue one.
Okay.
If you finish this game and you have chips on your
No,
table.
wait. I didn't want blue. I wanted red.
No,
I wanted
no.
red.
But no, with the red.
already been
Oh,
done.
because he gets one,
Yeah.
right?
Do the blue. Do the blue.
You want to do it?
All right, I'll just use the blue. I already
Add
threw
your
it to
D6.
you.
Add your D6.
Oh, like a D6.
Like a D.
Like a D.
Oh, that's
a
good.
D6.
10.
10.
No,
You
no,
do
no.
also recall, as you're putting these pieces of information together, full moon, lycanthropy,
Lycanthropy.
and it's seemingly rumors spreading wide. You've heard of silver mines drying up or being purchased up.
You know, there are certain things that really like silver when they're also lycanthropes.
What the fuck?
Like
is
or
that
don't
word
like?
you're saying?
Like.
Like.
Like. I don't know. Do I know things that might like silver? I know certain
People
things
like
are
silver.
afraid of silver,
Werewolves,
though.
it's
They
for,
hate
for
silver.
werewolves, lycanthropes. It's the only thing that can kill them.
Thank you.
So, my immediate thought would be, if I was werewolf.
There's a wait. What are we talking about? Werewolves? I thought it was
That's
a
what
bear.
lycanthropes are.
Yes, where is the
werewolves.
Oh, I understand.
Is that a thing for that we would all know about in this?
Folklore has heard stories and such. You've never encountered one. Like, you know, it's occasionally maybe you've heard in fairy tales and such. Times have been weird as of late.
If I was werewolf and I had, you know, vulnerability to silver, I'd want to control all the silver. So that way no one can hurt
So
me.
we got a big old wolf.
Or
trying to
bear, or it could
quarantine off-
be a
Wait.
Other
Didn't
beasts.
Swearingen say that Sai had bought all of the gold and silver mines? You don't think that Sai could be,
He didn't say that Sai did. He said that they've been purchased up. Sai lost a lot of money. He's worried that Hearst might be buying them up.
Oh yes, George Hurst actually.
I saw Sai run very quickly right before the moon came out.
Troubling.
Just say.
Troubling thoughts.
I think we should keep
Go.
Should we keep looking for a wolf then, or should we like talk to these people in town that you think might be a wolf?
I think George Hearns' establishment would be a good place to visit.
Well,
Is Artreo cold here?
You guys are deep in the forest. Where are you going? Are you heading towards?
if
We're
it's full
trying to
moon,
follow the
then he's out in beast form. We have good chance of finding him in beast
Who
form.
wants to make a tracking check?
I'll try it,
I would love to.
but I don't got a thing.
Is it tracking or yeah? It's tracking.
Can we all make a tracking?
You can all make a tracking check. All unskilled, I'm pretty sure.
And then do we roll if you've got no
I'm gonna
skill? in it, is it
re-roll.
2 d4s?
No, it's a D4 and a D6, and then -2.
Oh, I did.
So do you add the D4 and the D6 together?
No.
No, you just
the
pick the
higher
higher,
D6.
right?
And if you get a 6, if you get the top, you get to roll again.
Close, yeah.
2.
3.
6, 4.
16.
-2, 14.
14.
So as you
That was a
all
good
are
stack.
That was.
are lost entirely in the middle of this forest, middle of the night, the moonlight, the only thing that's giving you any sort of visual reference, all of a sudden you Stinky Jewel.
I wonder what you were gonna call me there.
Stinky Jewels, you look over and you see particularly spats of blood and larger beast tracks, recent ones that scale up this way. You begin to follow, and you guys follow behind Stinky Jewels. You come over a ridge looking down to where a lot of the plots, a lot of the set claims are all set up side and separated with flags and various markers and such. You can see a number of them have been closed and boarded up.
The mines?
What you see?
A bunch of things have been boarded up. Can we take them down and go in the place?
If you want to, there's number ones you can go and check out.
Oh, no, not in the terribly condemned.
Why don't you lead the way there, Sid?
Me?
Yeah, you look like you're capable.
Look, I've already got quite a little blood on my sleeve, and I was not quite prepared for this. Maybe I could draw the outside of this establishment. I'll go. Okay,
yeah.
all right, fine. Then I'll go up to the entrance of the mine.
So you come to it's a campsite, but it's currently abandoned. It looks like it's been abandoned for a while. There are a number of wooden boards that are placed up against the entrance. You look around and you can see a bunch of leftover discarded mining materials, and the what looks like most of the remnants or the scraps that are left behind in one of the big mining carts that's currently outside. Make a notice check. So let's do investigation. Make investigation.
Investigation. Okay. Five. 5. I'll take the 5.
You glance around and look inside this and look around the exterior of it. The dust around here is silver specifically in nature. This was a silver mine.
My fellows, this appears to be a silver mine. Crazy.
Right. Should we look inside the mine?
Yeah. Whatever this thing is, a scourge.
Do we see like tracks of a beast around?
The beast tracks faded once it got over the ridge and went down into the claim area, so...
What about this little bear cub that we got with us? Does he smell anything around?
I'll roll for the bear cub. Bear cub kind of like leans up against you.
Tell you what, he's useless, but he sure is damn cute.
Yes, he is.
I think we use him as bait.
Also, I don't understand. Are we saying that silver is a danger to these creatures? Is that what you're implying? Why would he have run into the middle of a silver mine?
Probably wouldn't.
All right. Unless he was wounded by the gun that poor late Charlie was holding.
It doesn't make sense. If this is if silver is a bane to these creatures, it wouldn't have run right into the heart of it.
Yeah, it must be empty then. Stinky Jane, Jules, why don't you take a look inside?
All right. I go and look inside the mine.
Okay. So you pry open some of the wood.
Yeah, pull back some of that wood.
The air is dry and musty in there. You get a few feet and it's pitch black. There's no light.
Do we got any sort of... I got some matches.
I do too.
I've got a lantern.
I could take
Hey, who's got a lantern?
I come in with a lantern.
Okay.
Lead the way. I'm sure it's totally empty. Right behind you.
I'm gonna walk behind.
Come on, Jules.
All
Since
right.
the ladies are
English
leading the
Bob
way.
there.
What do we see?
All right, as you guys glance inside, you walk about 20, 30 feet into the mine before it opens into two different paths, but immediate at a glance... as you
hold
walk-
my hand above my pistol.
You look down both sides of the split Y formation deep into this mine, and you can see areas that have been heavily mined, but the thing that catches your attention is for being boarded up and abandoned, there's still a lot of apparent silver veins in the walls that are in the middle of being mined before they were left behind. You can see visible veins, even this quickly in.
Looks like somebody's trying to... Watch them feathers. Somebody's trying to keep people from getting this silver.
Chat loves a serial killer.
I take offense to that, good sir.
We should...
So they bought the mine simply to shut it down?
We should get some of that silver.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we explore? Perhaps see if anything was left behind?
Well, see some silvers left behind, and I try to
Probably
get some.
silver. Yeah. Can we get some like silver pieces?
Yeah, and it's actually, it takes you about half an hour or so, but you manage to scrounge up some decent chunks of silver, probably about 5 pounds worth, which is quite a bit.
I I don't want to cart around that much. I'm gonna take about a pound of it. Stick it in my shirt.
I'll take the other 4 pounds.
All right.
All right.
What's wrong with your damn wrist?
It does pulse quite a bit.
All right, give it to me. I'll take a look at
I'm
it
quite
again.
thirsty, too. I have a bit of cotton mouth going on.
I'll just keep on pushing.
I would really appreciate if you didn't quite press on it quite that hard.
Something's weird with this guy.
Is there any hair coming out of that hand?
Nope.
Nope.
That you can see. Make a notice check.
Okay. I have no idea what that is. What do I roll? 1d.
1d4.
And then -2.
2. You're not very good at noticing things. You're a faithful man. You take.
All right, 3 plus.
With a d6 to see
Yeah,
what
you
this
also roll a d6.
Thanks, man. 5 minus 2 is 3. And I'm gonna waste a blue. So that's a 3 plus 2 is 5.
Okay.
I'll
Toss
settle
that
on
blue.
5.
Send it for mine.
Best you can tell, based on the wound, it's a mild wound. It's a little swollen. It seems to be fine, but no other visual effect than that.
So hot in here, isn't it? I do feel. Perhaps it's a lantern.
And I'll actually take off the outer coat and really just like roll up the shirt.
Are you sure you don't want a poultice on that?
Do you want to hold some of that silver?
It's really a
yourself?
simple thing for me to do, to wrap some mud and some
I
water.
feel like I'm
around.
earning my marks. I'm quite proud.
You hear from the far, far depths of the mine a faint sound going, not all right. It goes.
Oh shit!
A deep, echoing exhale from deeper in the mine.
I know.
All right.
Don't suppose any of you had gas just then?
Well, I did, but it's usually silent.
It's still a ways away, but it's getting slowly louder.
Fuck is that?
Hello?
I bet that thing's in here.
What thing? No.
Well, we have to make a choice. We either go in now, stop it from escaping, if it's our killer, or go back for reinforcements.
Yes,
Let's go kill it.
Could we take a moment to consider that it was boarded up?
I want to go.
I take
seal
out my
it.
crucifix and lead the way.
Yeah, let's go.
Before we walk off, I go, Sydney, catch! And I toss him a piece of silver.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. What is this for?
Just
Last night? Yes, jolly good.
thought it would be good.
All right.
We all had some.
You guys begin to curl around the left side where the sound's coming from, and as you come into a larger mining chamber,
I'm holding up silver, and I got my hand on my pistol.
you see
I've got the lantern.
not a furry creature. As your lantern passes by, all of a sudden it catches a darker shadowed shape of what looks like a human, but with a larger head than normal. Its body is black and bulbous, and it looks almost shiny, like it's covered in oil, but that's its natural form.
Ew.
It glances over real fast, and its eyes kind of glow as it flashes in the light, and it scatters out of the
I
light
shoot it!
into a far corner. You're gonna shoot it?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make your shooting skill check.
Are her bullets still smited?
No, this might only last for a few rounds.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
Wait,
God
what,
bless it.
What do I? What do I roll for this?
You're
Just
asking me?
what's ROF? Is that what I rolled?
A 6? Do I roll a d6?
You do.
Okay.
2d. Oh, that's the damage.
I'm gonna re-roll.
D6 and your shooting.
Oh,
I
shit.
think your shooting is a D10, I think.
Oh shit! Awesome.
Look at where it is. I think it's pretty high.
Yeah, it's D10.
Okay. All right.
And what was the D6?
It was a D6. I didn't.
Yeah, as well. That one.
So that was a 9
What's
total.
The lower, what was the lower of the two?
Oh, the lower of the 2 is a 4.
Lower of the two is a 4. Well,
So it adds to 8.
right. As the bear. Well, is this you re-rolling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she wanted to re-roll the trait die.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. And the 6 was a 4?
Yes.
Okay, so the bear, thinking that you're its mother and sees suddenly the fear, runs to your side and clings to you. In doing so, it disables your shot, and you have to go with the lower strike on that
Damn
one.
it!
But you do get a black chip
Oh,
from
that's
that one.
well, that's good. Hand it over.
And the bear is heavily blue chip to you, Liam.
Oh my god. How's your
Tell
boot?
you,
How's
I'm
your
great.
boot?
It was my knee.
The
My
bear is
knee
shaking
deflected.
against you and making it hard to shoot. The gun ricochets off the far back wall, sparking across the stone.
Pushing the bear off the
Once
leg.
again, the
I said that's supposed to be mine.
heavy breathing. Have you guys go ahead and each draw a card at random from your deck.
Oh jeez. Okay.
Shuffle one more
shuffle
time.
it?
Hey, question. Way earlier in the game, as I shuffle my cards, you said that I gained like 2 miracle points back. It's been a while. Do I or do I
Gain
not?
one more back from what you've used.
One more
Gain
back.
3 total of what you've used.
So, say that last bit again. Because
So
I
you
thought
have-
I was down to 1. So if you're giving me 1, I'm down. Now I have 2.
Ladies first, pick a card.
You've cast 3 miracles, correct?
Oh Jesus, I don't know.
Healing.
But I was marking it down, and before I asked you that question, I was at 1
Risha.
point.
Oh, shit, 1 point. How much do your miracles
I did a
cost?
lot of shit, man. I thought it was 2 a miracle.
It should say on that thing. Yeah, so you've done.
I healed a couple people. I smited her bullets.
Right. So that would be
3.
3 uses. 4 uses, but you've regained 3. So you would have been at 2 to 5. 2.
Wow.
So I'm at
Did
5
you
now.
5 now.
Pull a card?
I did not. I'm
So-
gonna pull this one.
Oh, Jesus, really? Do you see what just happened with the 3 of these?
Wow, that's great.
Wow.
Great. And what do you have, Lauren? Jack. Okay. First things first. As
we
you
use fate
were not
chips to
quite
redraw
fast
cards?
enough. Nope.
Fucking fuck.
This strange creature who's sniffing the shadows just outside of your lantern light. You hear the and it lunges out at you, being the closest to it. It swoops out towards you. You can see it's bulbous. It's only about 3 feet tall in its size, but its larger head is awful looking, and it's just a terrible looking thing. Large saucers for its face. It strikes out towards you with 2 of its claws. I want you all to go ahead and roll a guts roll, by the way.
Guts roll. Oh, geez.
-1.
Man, come on.
Guts.
I'm re-rolling just in case. Oh, sorry, I should warn you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Can I add a?
No, I'm gonna spend a fate chip to counter your reroll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add.
Another one reroll.
I'm gonna add a. I'm gonna add one
Damn it.
mine.
Take this one.
I'm adding.
All right. I'm gonna add one too. I'm gonna use my blue and add it
Running out of fate chips.
to my guts roll.
Okay, go for it.
Guts.
All right, so what do we got?
3 on my guts.
9.
5.
8.
All right, everyone else managed to like take this back. You are finding yourself shaken from the perspective of this, and you're now like holding the lantern. There's not much else you can do at this moment when it comes to your turn. You'll have to see if you can reveal that. However, it does swipe out at you. That's going to be. So, what is your parry?
5.
5. It rolled a 6. It hits you. It strikes out. You go ahead and suffer from that. That's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and add a d6 to that.
No, I'm making.
What'd you roll? What did you add? What'd you use?
I
A
added
black?
Add a
It
D6.
was a
With
blue.
the black or with
No, with the
blue?
red.
I don't have any blues.
red.
Damn it, do it.
That would be 8 points of damage. What's your toughness?
5.
5.
5. You are shaken right now as it strikes out at you and strikes its claw across your front. You manage to pull it off, and it just barely cuts the skin, but it's enough to kind of freak you out at the moment.
All right.
That ends its turn. So you're up next, actually. At the top of your turn, go ahead and make a spirit check to try and regain your composure.
All right, I will.
All right.
Alright.
An 8. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. 9.
9. All right. Black chip here is just to you go ahead and shake it off. You're no longer shaken. But that's all you can really do this turn as you go ahead and try and steady yourself and start going for your gun now to pull it out. I'll say you can pull your gun out for this turn as well.
All right.
All right. The rest of you guys. Now, you go ahead and see if you can make a spirit check to not be shaken.
Just a straight, just roll d6.
Whatever your spirit is.
2d6.
Be a 2d6 for anything you roll as a trait check, so yeah.
Ooh, 6. 7
So
total.
you're no longer shaken. That's the end of your turn. You guys, what do you want to do?
Go ahead, Father.
I want to stab this thing with my crucifix.
Go for it. So go ahead and roll fighting.
Okay, so do I do a? Because I've got no. Oh, I do have a skill on that. So it's a D4 and a D6.
D4 and D6.
Okay.
And whatever's higher.
4 and a 4, and I'm gonna give you a red. No, I'm gonna use a blue chip and add to that. For
one hand.
It was 8.
8. Okay. Versus its. Sorry, so 2 damage. It is now shaken.
You are not welcome here.
As you slam with the crucifix, it kind of shrieks back with this high-pitched wail and begins to push back into the shadows away from you, but not far enough away to go ahead and give you a secondary melee attack against it. So it's just kind of right in your face, out of the line of the lantern. All right, that brings it to you, Travis.
I kneel down and I say, "Oh, look, a weapon!" And I pull out of my boot a Bowie knife, and I would like to rush the creature.
Go for it.
Okay.
Brilliant liar.
What shit? What do I roll?
This would be fighting.
Fighting is 8.
There seems to be a railgun over
Oh,
here.
it's 6. 9.
Grenade, get in my pocket.
Oh, what?
D8 has to be max die.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Okay, yeah, it was just 6 or a.
That's so many chips these days.
4. So let me add.
They all blew their.
That's a
Black,
reroll.
black is a reroll.
Oh, fuck balls, ass. Okay, well, let's try it. That was worse.
So which of the two?
The 6.
6 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Hey!
2, so 2d4 plus 2.
4 plus 2. 1. 3. 5. A total of 5.
Total of 5. Toughness of 6. You go ahead and strike with the dagger, and as you hit its hide, it scrapes in but does not appear to leave a wound. It's somewhat crackled, black, shadowy form, absorbing most of the impact of the blow, and it turns and hisses at you. This horrible, small, baby-like mouth filled with layers of sharp teeth.
Oh. Crap on toast.
You get your turn back. We're back at the top of the round. It goes back. It's now going to lash out at you, Sydney.
All right. No.
It's going to go ahead and make it strike at you. I'm going to go ahead and add
Oh my gosh.
to that. That is, that's going to be a 10. What's your parry?
6.
6. Okay, so it does hit you. It is not a raise, so it doesn't get the additional d6 damage.
Okay.
I will spend another blue chip to go ahead and add a d6 to the damage it's already doing.
Some blue chips. I don't have any blue chips to counter.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be
I bet people are buying in blue.
11.
chips a
What's
lot.
your
Or he
toughness?
can pick whichever color
5.
he wants.
5. That is 6 points of damage to you.
Okay.
So that is considered a raise. So you actually are shaken and you take a wound. You are
Okay.
actually wounded. The creature leaps out and jams its claws into your side and bites into your throat. You freak out and push back. It doesn't manage to pull anything free, but it does leave these giant bite marks in the side.
I'm leaking. I'm leaking.
Please! Help me!
All right, you're up, Stinky Jules.
All right, I want to shoot it a whole bunch of times. I'm gonna fan my hammer
Okay.
and shoot from
Fan
the
that
hip.
hammer.
All right. So your gun's already out. You're gonna go ahead and take all 6 rounds on it at -2 because you have your.
Yeah,
your
let's do it.
All right, go for it.
I have no idea how that.
Make your shooting roll 6 times, -2 for each roll.
Okay, so that's just a 6.
Whatever you're shooting is 10. I believe. Your shooting is a D10.
Shoot is a D10. I see it now.
You're really good at shooting.
I'm really good at shooting.
Hey,
That's
that's pretty
good.
good. That's the same
Ooh.
thing. Yeah, do it. Do it. Nice.
Oh wait, I'm gonna re-roll the third one. So I got 8 on the first 2, so that's 6 for the first 2, and then
First 2 already.
I'm gonna re-roll the third.
They both hit. All right.
Well, that's 5 on the second. On the third hit.
Okay. Roll the next 3.
I'm re-rolling this one. 4 on the fourth. 6 on the fifth.
All right.
There's no way this guy's.
I'm re-rolling on the 6th one. Sorry. Oh.
Hey.
Oh shit. Off the
Baked
table.
it.
And 6 on the last one.
You guys watch as there's a series of flashes in the center of this room as Stinky Jules unloads an entire fully loaded gun into this creature. Go ahead and roll damage for each of them.
Oh my gosh. So what did I hit every single time?
Every single one hits. So
That's right.
So roll 2d6 for the first shot.
Japers.
6 plus 1 is 7 for the first.
All right, so it is. All right, next one.
7 for the second.
All right, next one.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
Ooh, 13.
Damn, that's 3 6s in a
19.
row.
Oh my gosh, 24
So
on the
before you get to the rest of the shots,
Wow.
you just screaming, echoing through the thing. You unload as this creature turns around and his face gets shredded by a hail of bullets from your gun. As it just lumps to the ground and turns to ash and shadow before dissipating with a sound. You're still hitting.
He's down.
I'm still
Ease down. Ease down. Ease down. It's dead. It's dead.
What the fuck was that thing? What's up, Lucas?
We have 10 minutes left on this game to go ahead and get to 70,000 guys.
How close are we?
How close are we?
We're about 68,000.
68,000. There's 2,000 away.
All right, so.
Send chips.
I used so many of my chips on that one, man.
So,
Oh, 67,
Accelerate the
67.
story a bit. So, after the creature's down, you spend a while searching the mine. Nothing else of its type seems to be down here. As you make your way outside of the mine, you glance and see what looks to be in the distance about 4 individuals running away who seem to have been tracking you. You see them run towards a distant place into the shadows.
How far away are they?
About, at this point, 200 feet or so.
Still far
We
enough
should
away
take
to
off.
where I can shout at them?
It's up to you.
Sudis will shout, "If you run, only death will come and find you." And I'm gonna attempt to try and shaken them.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
I'm gonna reload my gun while we're leaving the place.
I'm gonna bless her bullets.
Ooh, I rolled an 8 with a 5, so that's 13 plus 2, 15.
Alrighty.
15.
You watch as most of them run away, and one gentleman stops and turns around. Death! I don't want death to follow me! At which point, suddenly, you watch as a large cougar leaps out and just tears his throat out and starts chewing into his corpse.
How did you do that?
I told you! I told you!
A large cougar?
That's a big fucking cat.
Should we shoot it?
It's large for a cougar, but it's not quite what you were looking for.
Okay, all right.
How many? There are 3 of them left, right?
But they've all run into the forest.
Oh, they've all run.
No one wants
Have
to
options
listen
now.
to the
You have
fortune.
some silver at your disposal. You have, okay. So you have silver at your disposal. You know some entities out there right now. What are you gonna do?
Find the fucking entity. We should kill it. We should kill it while we're on the hunt. I mean, we're ahead of it.
Right, but that thing that you just killed, that's
Yeah.
not what we were following. We need to press on.
Right, but we can find... What?
Should we chase after people who are following us? Or should we maybe check other silver mines?
Yeah, I think we killed the motherfuckers. We chased them down.
That's what the accent's already rubbing off on you.
I'm sorry, I'm losing quite a bit of blood. Reverend, if you would be so kind.
It's gonna take me a couple of minutes.
Can I walk up to him and just punch him in the gut?
Sure.
Oh, you fucking bitch! And I hit her back!
Smack across the face. You feel the pain and sting on the side of your cheek.
What the fuck are you?
Well, I'm terribly sorry. I have quite the temper.
What's going on with you?
I'm bleeding from the throat.
All right.
Please.
Are you the monster we're looking for? I take out the silver and I push it on his face. Are you the monster?
Does nothing.
I take it and I push it on his hand.
Besides the pressure, it's doing nothing, my dear.
What's wrong with
Watch,
you?
at this point, as stepping out of the sunlight, you see Edie Farnham rushing out with his hat and goes, "Look, they're right there." And he turns away to the side, and you see stepping out as well the gentleman Simon who you met earlier, and a few other individuals.
Oh shit.
You see holding a couple guns, trained on you.
Oh shit.
Standing in the center, Cy Tolliver in his dark maroon outfit. You see him step out. His outfit is shredded. It's moving around him. He's like,
If you guys had all just decided to not go poking where it didn't belong.
We can handle this peacefully. Stinky, put your gun down, and I bless her bullets.
all right, go ahead and make a faith check. We just did 70,000 guys.
I'm gonna add to that with a red, so it's 6 plus. Shit.
Whoa.
6 plus 2 is 8.
8. That is a single raise, so your weapons have +4 damage for the next 3 rounds. All right. We shall see now at this point. So, at this point, I want you guys all to pick a card. See where you're at.
Pick a card.
Pick a card.
Don't even need to shuffle it. Don't even need to shuffle it.
I'm gonna choose the one second to the left. Oh, he's shuffling. I saw the king.
Alrighty.
This one's the good one on top.
Not good.
5 of clubs.
Did we get it straight? What'd you get?
9.
4.
Oh, so close.
Alrighty, so
mediocre as hell.
Immediately at the top of this round, you with the 9. You
That's
get
you.
me. Oh, you have the 9. All right. You watch as you're preparing yourself for this moment. Sai hits the ground on all fours.
Oh no!
There he
Hits
is.
the tear. His fur just bursts out of his back, and all of a sudden his mouth extends, teeth, and just seems like an endless supply of saliva just dripping onto the ground. You're up first.
And once more into the fucking breach, and I throw both Bowie knives that I have in my sleeves, and I tear after him, just run at him, both knives out.
You get right into his area. Go ahead and roll. Are you gonna attack with both of them?
You're still
Yes,
skinny.
both of
So
them.
2 attacks at -2 each.
Okay.
You're still skinny as fuck, though, right?
Yeah, totally. I'm wiry as shit. I'm gonna re-roll.
your shirt off.
Matt, I'm gonna re-roll this one. I'll leave that there. Okay, so that is 6. And I would like to add a blue chip.
Okay. Here, have one back. Everybody gets a blue chip.
Yeah! Yeah! Whoever did that.
Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
Travis, you get whatever you want.
Can I add more than one chip to a roll?
For right now, sure.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Here, I can send it back. And 11.
Blue chip to Marisha.
Oh jeez.
Another red chip to Travis.
Oh my
So
god.
that's 16 total.
And one of each to Marisha.
Yeah!
Oh my gosh.
Gypsies coming out!
Oh shit.
All right, so Travis, what are you doing?
It's 16 total.
16 total for
Yeah.
the first hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, I thought I was just doing one, so hey, I guess I did all that on the first hit.
Okay.
I didn't have to do
So that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage with an additional d6.
Okay, an additional d6. 6. 10.
I didn't see where it
Um,
went. It might be
all
on
right,
the
so
table.
10.
What color was it asking for?
Alrighty. You go ahead and strike down with the blade, jamming it across the front of the werewolf's form. It roars. You can see like the exposed wound in itself. It's just kind of taken back and shaken, but nothing directly beyond that. Do you want to take a second strike?
my second bow
Go for it. The small bear you've named Trinket, by the way, just begins to slowly hump your leg, distracting you momentarily.
What? Why the fuck?
Wait, did you just spin something?
No.
I'm adding this.
All right.
That was a 5. That's 9.
Black chip to Laura. Inspired, apparently.
Inspired by Trinket humping my
the
leg.
small bear coming to adolescence.
Stop humping me.
That hits. Go and roll damage.
Beautiful.
To adolescence.
I'm gonna re-roll that. That was short. I can't believe I shorted it. That was even worse.
No.
That was a 1.
5 minutes. Thank you. With a 1.
Yeah.
Total 1.
Total 1.
With a +2.
Oh, with +2 is 3.
3. This one strikes through, does nothing. You can see it hits the flesh and just kind of tears across, not able to pierce the outside of this hardened werewolf exterior. All right, ending your turn. Anyone have 5 or lower?
Out of 5.
You did 5? All right, you and the wolf go at the same time.
Okay.
So wait,
I'm
the
gonna stab him in the
Trinket
eye.
humping me made me not get to go?
Oh, you have an 8. Okay, sorry. So you're going next.
Yeah.
Okay, see you in a second.
Ha! I want to shoot it. I'm gonna shoot the werewolf bear
Go for
creature.
it.
All right.
You fucking smell like balls.
I do. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna fan my hammer again, man.
Go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
do it. I'm gonna re-roll the first one.
Divine. They're blessed. They're blessed.
Oh, I had 4.
+4 to.
Okay, so that's 7.
Damage.
Oh, so 3 on the first hit, which probably doesn't
3
hit.
misses.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh. Big money, no wait, yeah!
8, 8, 9.
Go, Laura, go!
So 8, 8, 9 on the next ones.
Okay.
9 on the next. So I got one more. 9 on. No, that's,
That's
a
a
6. Damn it. 6 on
8,
the
8,
last
9,
one.
9,
5 hit.
6.
5 hit.
Okay. All right.
+4 on the damage.
+4 on the damage. All right.
Holy
2d6
bullets. Holy bullets.
plus.
That's what I said.
Oh my god. 12 plus 5 is 17.
Plus the 4.
Plus 5, actually. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Did you add the holy
on the
damage?
first one.
All right.
Yes.
The holy damage.
Yeah.
Shredding them.
5 is 11 on the second one.
All right.
11 on the third.
All right.
13 plus 5 is 18 on the next one.
Alrighty.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Bang.
10, 11, 12, 15
No, 17 on the next one. Do I get one more hit?
Well, that's one more hit.
All right.
Hear my righteous
8
thunder.
on the last one.
All right. You unload. Bolts blasting into the werewolf's body. You see.
Silver. I'm gonna reload.
Like almost none of the wounds have slowed it down.
Oh my god. I'm gonna reload.
Okay. Go
All
ahead and
right.
reload your weapon with your quick reload. All right. Ending your turn. Now it's your go.
Gosh.
Come on, preacher.
I'm gonna back away from it too.
I want to bless the crucifix that I'm holding and attack, which I can do, right? Does that work?
Let's go. Yeah.
Can't you do more than one?
Let's do -2 to your attacks.
Okay.
That's the Marisha, actually.
Okay, so.
Damn, Marisha.
1 minute. Oh my
Are we
god.
trying to end the game at 1 minute?
Okay, so 5 is what I rolled for that.
Is that gonna happen?
And
How?
then
I know. How?
was that the bless? I just did a bless. Oh wait, no, that's
All
8.
these things I
It's
need.
8.
Wait, we don't get to finish the game?
No, we'll finish it. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right, 8 on the faith.
All right.
Okay, and then the attack is what gets gunked, right? 4 minus what?
-2.
-2 plus. -2 plus 4, so 6.
6.
With stab to the eye.
You go swing, and it actually grabs your hand, catches it midair,
Oh shit.
pulls you right in towards its jaws.
The power of Christ compels you.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna start walking up to it and I'm gonna say, tonight is the night that you die. And I'm gonna attempt to shaken it with my persuasion thing.
Okay, go for it.
All the hiccups. I'm gonna, because I have it, I'm gonna, this I get to just add a d6 to the roll, right?
Correct.
Nope.
Fucking
We're all freaking out.
no. Have my. Ooh,
roll
that's
again,
good.
roll again.
11 plus another 5, so that's 16.
16. Okay. As you say this to the wolf who's holding the preacher in his face. It appears to be still in the same shaken state that it was previously. It's still eyes darting around. No.
How far away am I from it?
You're about 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yep.
Can I walk up to it?
Yeah, you can do that.
Can I make
What's
it
your speed?
20 paces?
You get closer, but not close enough.
You're gonna die! You're gonna die!
As you finish that,
Don't you move!
E.B. Barnum pulls out his gun with the other 2 guys who have their pistols ready,
shit.
and they unload upon you guys.
Oh no!
Shit. Is there anything to duck behind?
It's gonna be.
Probably should have done that.
Okay. That's a hit to you.
Okay.
From E.B., who just. I like my hat better. That's gonna be an 8, 9. What's your toughness?
5.
5.
Oh, are we gonna
Yeah,
get killed?
so that's gonna be 4 over. So that's a raise. You take a wound,
Yep.
but you haven't been healed since the last one,
Nope.
have you? So you're now
2 wounds.
2 wounds. You're at 2 wounds.
Did you spend something to stack?
Oh, but
on
that was a
top of it?
raise. So that's because you're already shaken.
Yep.
That's 3 wounds. You go right
Oh
down.
shit!
You just get shot in the chest and fall to the ground and are like bleeding out now.
Well, ain't that some fucking shit?
The 2 other gunmen go ahead and start firing at you and you, being the scariest ones of that. That's gonna be at the range here. You get hit, and you. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and add 6 to that.
No, you're not!
Uncanny dodge.
No.
Okay. Add another 6 to that.
There you
Is that a
go.
red?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not in the cards for you, my friend.
Okay.
Or we could get a good ending.
Okay, so the other shot, towards you does not hit you. It actually
That's right, it doesn't!
You, however, do
Sure.
suffer. It's gonna be 14 points of damage. Her.
How do I know how many points do I
What's
have?
your toughness?
4.
Well, yeah, so you're shaken and you take a wound.
Okay.
You now
Actually-
see the Simon from earlier pulls out a deck of cards before him, and you see this kind of sparkle of bluish energy across his fingers.
You're the only
as
one.
he goes ahead and attempts to release a
I think you
torrent of
suffered
beams.
2 wounds.
Yeah, 2 wounds.
2 wounds or just 1 wound?
2 wounds because you had 10 over.
She went 10 over, so that was 2 wounds. That
Oh
she
yeah,
got.
well you were already shaken before, weren't you?
No,
No, you
I
shook
shook it.
It's shaken and then a wound. Okay. So yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
However, each of you guys hits. Melt. 4 beams. Hits. Hits. You're already in the ground, so hit. Each of you guys, what are your toughnesses?
5.
This is Simon doing this?
5.
Yeah.
Is he shaken though?
Everybody's 5 except Marisha's 4.
Simon wasn't shaken. The werewolf is.
Oh, I thought they were.
Bring us home, Marshall. Bring us home.
So, that's going to be a second wound for you.
Yeah.
That's going to be 6. What's your
toughness?
Toughness. 5. So you are shaken now. Against you. That's going to be 6. What's your toughness?
5.
You're already shaken?
No.
You are shaken now. So, given the circumstances as they are, you have no silver weapons and no silver bullets. The fight presses on for a few more minutes as you all do the
taken
best
it
you
all.
can to combat
Oh,
this
that's
overwhelming source. But the perpetual spray of bullets in your direction eventually puts most of you onto the ground as the wolf tears into your face. Sticky Jules, you scream out as the jaws of Cy Tolliver, now extended into white and bloodied fangs, rips the face from your body, taking out your jugular. You forget
not
the
how I saw it
circumstance. Evie
ended.
Farnham manages to get a crack shot that takes off the top half of your head.
Yeah.
You.
Thank you, Lord, for letting me sleep with 2 women and a man.
You hear a familiar voice in the back of your head go, "You followed the right path," and you feel this crackling of flames over your shoulders before, as now you realize that this voice indeed was not leading you down the right way.
No shit.
However,
What about Trinket? Is he alive?
Trinket's over your body now as the werewolf has let it alone.
Humping?
It's just humping your knee. as you bleed out. It's horrible. Time limits.
Wait, flames on my back? What?
You feel flames on your back. Yes. Just from not actual fire on the side of my face.
Flames on the side of my
knowing that this entity that's been whispering into your head is not from your deity. However, the werewolf walks over, grabs you by the arm, and lifts you back onto your feet. Turns back towards you, the preacher, and just goes,
Do what you're meant to do. Sai commands it.
You watch as the visage of the fantastic Sydney dissipates, and in his place, now standing before you instead, is a humanoid, cat-like tiger and creature with 2 backwards hands.
Thanks, chat!
Thanks, Chad. Thank you for that.
Oh, I hated that fucking accent anyway. I want to see what you look like on the inside. And I shove a blade right under his belly button and open him up from bottom to top.
You pray as hard as you can to your deity, but the pain is too hard and you can't help but scream out in horrible agony as you are gutted like a fish.
We call him Jesus, but...
Yeah, there are multiple deities in this world.
That's right. Oh,
so you're Protestant.
Christianity.
The Protestant, that's right.
There's one God, clearly one God. Clearly.
And he's helped you a lot tonight.
The Lord of Light.
As you are gutted in the full moonlight, you hear the chuckle of Cy Tolliver with his somewhat nervous allies.
L. Ron Hubbard.
The evening falling darker still on the future of Deadwood here. Amongst the reckoning.
Good job, guys.
Deadwood got us.
You got wrecked.
We got
Yeah, Deadlift! And I'm alive! Murdering another day!
Oh, man.
Tokens.
R-E-K-T, wrecked.
Waiting.
That was
waiting to burn the
rough.
dome.
Yeah, the going after it without the silver bullets or using the silver to armor up,
Nope.
there was no way.
Oh, yeah!
Well, we brought
We didn't
silver
have
with
time
us.
for it.
Where was
Yeah, we
the
didn't have
silver
time.
bullets? We don't got a smelting
Yeah, we don't have. How would we make
machine?
them? We don't
We
have
gotta
a
find the
smelter.
Blake.
Somebody just melted it in the last room.
Well, we only had 5
another
minutes left
3
in the
hours for
stream.
that whole-
Oh,
Exactly. we were
excuses,
trying to blast
excuses,
through it.
dead people.
Oh, good.
Man, that was a fun game.
That was fun.
Yeah.
What did we get to?
Over 21,000. Over 71,000.
That's amazing.
Fantastic, guys.
We still have a little bit more stream going just to end it off.
Hell yeah.
So,
All right.
Looking like if we get to 75, should we still give them the 75 goals that we had?
Yeah.
Including the
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Just keep it going.
Yeah. 100%.
And they can commemorate this chat. And
Yes.
because these are still available.
Guys,
Shut the
thank you
color
so
of
much
the
for
ocean.
tuning into this absolute chaos and,
And
adding to it.
100% of the proceeds from those shirts are going to the MDA.
Yeah, thank you for donating.
Yes,
Thank you.
very much. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. You guys are
Incredible.
amazing.
Thanks for all the chips.
I wish I had a few more minutes to wreak havoc.
I know,
Just
right?
a few more. That's all I needed.
You know what? Just save a few
I'm a
people in
cool-
town. They'll
Yeah.
probably inevitably be destroyed by the incursion of Cy Tolliver. the
Eventually,
werewolf.
yeah.
That was fun.
This is a lot of spoilers for the Deadwood movie coming up, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah.
They have to compete with, Supernatural and
Oh man.
Dead, so they're just throwing werewolves in.
All the buttons you wanted and the pretty bows you're not getting.
My throat hurts from talking like Stinky Jules the whole time.
All right, we got
All right.
Caught what she caught, huh?
Yeah.
What's happening now?
Nice. It's fantastic. You guys have raised such an incredible amount of money. Thank you so much for tuning in and being so generous in helping this amazing cause. We're going to prep you guys for the next bit of entertainment. I think closing up the rest of this charity stream. See if we can hit that 75K goal. That would be incredible. Thank you for making my first foray into the chaos of Savage Worlds what it was. Though I'm pretty sure it usually doesn't involve so many fate chips and a lot of worlds. There's a lot of intrigue I weaved into here that just got thrown out the window as soon as shit started happening. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's the nature of these wonderful games. Guys, thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and clean up here and prepare for your next performance. Woohoo! And yeah, we'll see you guys. You'll see these guys this coming Thursday, and me and Marisha will see you the following Thursday for the
That's
next
right.
episode of Critical Role.
That's right.
All the love, guys.
Thank you.